What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Teej pack. Teej makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliate and scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Teej Henley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Henley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Teej Henley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a Dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Teej Henley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a Dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Teej pack. Feel the Teej, my friends. I swear, I promise you, Anton from AntonDaniels.com forgot his robes today. I promise you I forgot my robes today. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the most awesome audience in the world. Where will we be without our phenomenal audience? You guys are absolutely awesome. The one thing that I will tell you as we get ready for the show today, we're going to set the precedence. We're going to set the precedence early. The one thing that I will Do you guys know how excited I am always on a regular basis to come and kick it with you guys online? It shouldn't be this way, but I'm just going to tell you that my favorite part of the day is when I get to come online and live stream with you guys. And so as we continue to refine the studio and we continue to do what we do, we building it out. We got tables over there. We got couches. We got chairs. I got an artist coming in here. I just commissioned for $14,000 that is literally going to refine the entire wall over there. Custom hand painted. I do this for you guys. I do it for you. So, neither here nor there. Let's set the precedent. I think we first need to get the housekeeping out of the way. I forgot my robe. I said, Anton, I got to get my robes down here. But, sometimes I make it home. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I make it home. Sometimes I don't. This is going to be a party in here. It's a lot of different ways in which we're going to slice this thing up. Shout out to you guys. So, first and foremost, let me say that get the Teej pack, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. On uncomplicated skincare for men, get the Teej. Feel the Teej, my friends. It is a phenomenal product. That's A. B, if you are not subscribed to the Patreon, you should be. One of the future guests, and I don't like to say who I got coming on as far as dropping content, because I got a Patreon exclusive video dropping today or tomorrow. I got another guest interview that I'm dropping inside of the Patreon on Monday, the full live stream or the full interview. And I got like 5 different interviews that's already recorded and lined up from some of your favorite people in society, right? I mean, some people are money people, some people are famous. One person that I have dropping content for in November specifically. So we got to get this stuff slotted out, and I'm getting it released onto the Patreon. I got a thing that I'm working on with Lamar Odom. So Lamar Odom is a very, very interesting person. And Lamar Odom is going to be one of the few people. I might even live stream it, right? So he's going to be one of the first people that get to sit on the interview couch and get to kick it with content with Anton from AntonDaniels.com. So shout out to Lamar Odom. Shout out to all of my friends that are flying back and forth into Detroit to make sure that we cook up this content for the Patreon members. So shout out to you, big dog. Dude is a giant. But we got big things coming inside of the Patreon. So it is a No Fumble Friday. And I am spending an egregious amount of money getting this space put together and things like that. But it's all for good reason and all for good purpose. So again, I would invite you guys to subscribe to the Patreon. A link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat because all of the premium content goes there. And then make sure you tap into the Discord in addition to the money videos, the content creation, the mastermind sessions, the interviews. Tap into the Discord to continue the conversation because that's where we really get our money, all right? So anyways, without further ado, I want to set the precedence, okay? Because last night was a very interesting night. It was a very interesting night. It was different. The one thing that I will always promise you guys is that we're going to continue to cook up no matter what. That's what we do. I cook up, JR cook up, the Lapeef Network cook up, Fight Club cook up. We cook. We work. We make sure we continue to have the conversation all the time. Now, I want to set the precedence. And I'm going to get to the super chats before we get started because I do appreciate everybody that hold us down, including the Cash Apps. I want to set the precedence for the stream, right? And the foundation of the stream that I want y'all to understand is that I'm in a really good mood. I'm in a really good mood. And so as a result, you know, I don't believe that I was disrespected even a little bit last night, which is a welcome departure from what I'm used to sometimes. And it's almost like a relief. I don't know if it was our tall glasses of milk that we had on the panel, are beautiful white women or what, but I promised y'all something new. Y'all never know what I'm gonna do, but y'all always think that y'all can plan for what it is that I got coming. You have no idea what me and JR has cooking up. You have no idea what we doing. You have no clue whatsoever. But I will tell you that we're always doing something and we're always going to continue to kill this content stuff. But we did have our whole white women. We had our beautiful white women on the panel last night. Now, I understand for some of our black women, right, this can be triggering. We are going to review the video. One thing that I've dedicated myself to doing from now on, since I got into the content creation space, is that I said that I was going to let you guys come up on the panel, give your perspective or opinion respectfully. Make sure you don't have on no bonnets. Make sure you get yourself together. Get your little Vaseline on your lips. If you need to get your makeup done, fellas, get your do-rags off your head, whatever. I am going to open up the panel a little bit later in the show for us to be able to continue the conversation. So you guys, I am making 3 slots available. I think that sometimes, depending on the subject, to have more than 3 is disruptive. So it will be a first come, first serve. I will be rotating people out depending on how much they contribute into the conversation, so on and so forth. But I will make 3 spots available for people that want to come up on the panel and have conversations and give their opinion based off of what they seen last night. Now, if you didn't subscribe to the Lapeef Network, if you have not hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, if you're not a bag chaser, I cannot promise you priority, okay? I will tell you that I will allow people to be able to come up on the panel to give their input, their insight and information about our beautiful white women that we had on last night. Shout out to Just Pearly Things. That's my girl. That is my girl. But I didn't feel disrespected last night, even though there were different opinions and different perspectives. The one thing that y'all have to understand is that when we put together these panels or we have these conversations, we're not trying to exist in an echo chamber. So we always want to have conversations with people that may think differently than us or from all walks of life so that we can, in totality, really break down what it is that we're discussing for the subject for that night, right? And so this is not a smoke show at all. This is not a smoke show at all. This is an objective view into what it was that we observed to ensure that we continue the conversation, because what better way to have civil discourse than to learn from what it is that we've seen, right? And so when y'all come up on the panel, I would respectfully ask that, since no one was disrespected, even though there was some strong opinions and we're going to have an objective discussion about what it is that we're seeing. And matter of fact, let me drop that link in the chat right now. I would respectfully ask that everybody just be open-minded. Let's have some civil discourse and let's have a good time. So we are going to get into the video, but we're going to switch it up. We're going to try something a little bit different. Before I do, let me go ahead and read some of the super chats into everybody that's contributing to the panel. First, let me get to the Cash Apps, because YouTube can't take 30% of the Cash Apps. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get to the Cash App first. First, I do want to acknowledge Spencer Campbell. Shout out to Spencer Campbell, said, for what I'm about to cook up today, always holding me down. Shout out to Spencer. Corey Houston, I do appreciate you. And Felicia Lockhart, thank you for contributing and donating via Cash App and PayPal to what it is that we do, because it does take a lot of effort and it does take a lot of our personal resources in order to, to ensure that we're putting together a good product for y'all, okay? Also, and let me drop this link in the chat. So again, for people that look decent, don't have on no bonnets, I would prefer to have a panel where I can also have a woman, at least one woman up on the panel. So I'm going to reserve a spot for a woman. I am going to drop a link in the chat for those of you that want to continue the discussion. All right. Give me a second. I'm getting that together, putting it together. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat, and then we're going to get straight into the video. All right. Boom. There you go. That's it right there. So hold on. Let me pin it to the top of the chat. Let me pin it to the top of the chat. And again, make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. If you need to kick it with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. And we're going to get you popping. All right. So the link is in the chat. I got to get my girl Q up on here first. We definitely going to read the super chats. Hold on. I got y'all. I just want to make sure I'm getting everybody recognized from the super chats, because those that support the platform, we absolutely positively appreciate you guys. And I'm going to read every individual super chat. So let me get to the super chats really quickly. Jazz Wizman says, I don't agree with everything B. Taylor said last night, but she was still respectful. Agreed. She didn't say anything disrespectful, which is, listen, the one thing, we may disagree. I don't necessarily agree with the way in which black women are making decisions and how they're living their lives on a regular basis, right? But the one thing that I do, I am going to say, actually, I'm going to get a fourth spot for you guys. But the one thing that I will say is that I don't have smoke for people that are not disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. I just want to have civil discourse. You can agree, you can disagree without disrespecting your boss and line on. That's all I ask. I'm cool with it. Raymond Sinclair says, Pearl, Coach K, and Carmen were great. Special guests. Having Pearl on was a huge and great intro for those that didn't know Lapeef or just Pearly things. I appreciate you, Raymond Sinclair. The Intentional Millionaire says, leave the men and women who don't want to listen to the streets. Facts, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Brock says, listen, after last night's show, I'm definitely thinking about interracial dating, and that's the conversation that I want to have. Great show for real. P.S. I still love my chocolate women's. Dub Will is in the building, says, I knew this dissection was coming. The pale faces on the panel. Instant triggering. I do want to have a conversation about that. Taybiz TV says, good morning. Praying that you hit 100K subs, bro. Oh, we there. 100K on both channels is coming before the end of the year. Well deserved when that happens. Last night's show on Lapeef exposed the in-depth resentment that black women have with equality. Ready to hear your full vantage point. Oh, it's coming. Mr. H says having civil discourse based on objective facts is the only way we get anywhere. I agree. Stop having these conversations based off of feelings. I appreciate you, Mr. H. Sir Shot 87 says Pearl was on her TJ Wattish, had 2 sacks. Qbert Rames says, as a fellow bag chaser, I wanted to stop and say, great show last night. I love this new format. Peace and blessings. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you for holding me down. Vision 11, thank you for the 20 ball. I appreciate you. Says facts. I wanted to say it last night. Why the 3 hot women demonstrate clear understandings of what it takes to make a relationship work long term and family values. Carmen was impressive. Yeah, pandering, blah, blah, blah. We don't mind pandering for our beautiful ladies that remain submissive and continue to hold us down. Pandering is not necessarily a bad thing as far as how it is that people trying to frame it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate your vision. 1111 is in the building. Spencer Campbell, my dog, says the back chat conversation Logic spoke of shows black women have issues. Let's talk about it. Iron Panther says, yo, where the white women at? Shout out to you, sir, and JR for having lovely ladies on the panel. Jazz Wizman says, last night's show was great. I didn't see no hyenas trying to derail the show. Everybody was able to say what they want. Great job picking the panel. We got to give a little bit of credit to JR also. We got to give a lot of credit to JR also because that is my partner. And we do what we do on a regular basis as far as continuing to put this thing together jointly. And we got to make sure that we continue to add value into the conversations. Jay Ali, my girl, says, pan my ties. It's all love, Anton. I appreciate you, love. Ricky Webster, French toast props due, Anton. Thank you, my friend. Sir Shah says, it's sad how K and K couldn't just apologize. Oh, well, that ship is sailed, my friend. E-Man Strong, my dog, says, great job, Anton. Love you, bro. I love you, too. Jazz Wizman says, Pearlie and Coach K were amazing. And they gorgeous, ain't they? They said they only date one guy at a time. We're gonna get to that. While the blacks were excited for using multiple men at a time. Very interesting takes, guys. Hold on, I gotta get to a couple more of these super chats. My dog Christopher J says, notice who was not on the panel last night when y'all hit 3.2K live viewers and 1.7K likes when the show ended. Exceptional stream last night. I agree. It was that was one of the best shows that I've had in a long time. Shout out to my dog, the accountability partner. Says, behind the scenes, shout out to you, my dog. I appreciate you for continuing to hold me down and contribute to the platform. You are much, 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 much appreciated. Let me get my people up on the screen. I'm gonna randomly pick 3 people, including Q. You know, listen, Q is already gonna be on here no matter what. So, let me get her in first. Get my dog, the intentional millionaire, in second.
Hey guys, good morning.
What's up, baby girl?
I look a mess right now. Look at my hair.
You don't look a mess. You look fine.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
What's going on, big dog? I'm gonna get Ray real quick, and then we're gonna play it by ear from there. All right, so let's see what we got here. Before we get started, what did y'all think about the show last night? In a general sense, before we really deep dive.
I thought it was a fantastic show.
I thought it was.
I think it really displays how we really can have a conversation. Mm-hmm. And when we try to put feelings aside, just kind of converse from a logical standpoint, I think we could really get somewhere. Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest challenges, though, is I think first people got to, we got to understand that when a person don't want to align, you got to move on. I think that's the first thing. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people, we spend too much time trying to talk about trying to encourage someone to want to move forward. But if a person don't come in open-minded, like on the show, I think the great thing about the show was a lot of people was open-minded on the panel because they wanted to take the time to learn something versus coming on the panel with a lot of preconceived notions and you're not even open to receive information.
Mm-hmm. What did you think, Q?
When I first saw the lineup, I was like, "Oh, this is about to be good." This, I was like, "Dang, I wasn't white enough to be on the show." But no, I'm playing. But no, honestly, I did like the conversation. I like how even though people couldn't agree, they still were respectful, right? So I always say that you can always disagree with people, just be respectful about it and anything of that. But no, I think this show was good. I mean, honestly, the topics are repetitive because I feel like we've definitely talked about those same questions about 3 times in the matter I've been there. So it is just repetitive to me. But no, yeah, I thought it was a good little discourse. I mean, I think I was watching the view count, not the view counts, the how many people were watching at the same time, and that probably was the highest I've ever seen. It went up to like 3,000 at one point, or 3,200. So I mean,
We've had
yeah.
shows with bigger ones.
Oh, really? Okay, well,
Yeah,
sometimes I don't pay
especially
attention.
back when Kev was alive, but you know, that's
I mean,
Kevin.
that's
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
Kevin. Yeah, that's different.
Ray Midnight, what's your thoughts, bro? Before we get into the
Um,
breakdown.
I tuned in last night. You're right. That was from my recollection, since I've been watching Lapeef since Kevin Samuel, that was probably one of the bigger shows. But I did expect that, considering the guest panel you guys had with Pearl. I just tuned in to her channel like 2 months ago. She has similar panels, but from a British standpoint, very diverse. She's not scared to smoke, so that's what I like about her. I get why y'all had her on there. She's not, the perception was off, but it was a great introduction for those who don't know Pearl and Coach K. And I never met Coach K. I never knew she had a channel with Carmen, so it was good to hear different perspectives. Everything that surrounded Thursday nights and how y'all flipped that to where y'all brung on was such a genius move. I believe it was a genius move how y'all flipped that, because folks was looking forward to what y'all had normally on Thursdays. So what y'all was able to bring as a special guest host, it was very fascinating to see the chat, to see Pearl chime in, to see how she handled the smoke, to see how she handled herself with Curvy, to see how she handled herself with
Well, we're
Siobhan.
gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the details. So don't go too
Right.
far.
That was just great. I loved the intro. I loved how y'all had Pearl and Coach K on there, and threw everybody off who didn't even have no idea who she was. I loved that.
But
Shout
we
out
didn't.
to Donald. I'm gonna get to you. I'm Hotep Brooks. I appreciate you said. I don't agree with your Candace stance, but I appreciate that you do listen to others.
But we.
Listen, sometimes we're not always going to agree, but we absolutely going to have a conversation. Chris says Anton literally showed if these females don't act right, get some different ones. Jess said, I will gladly submit to my husband, which is what the Bible says. I'm a black woman and desired to marry a white man. Black men are trying so hard to get black women to be mad at white women. Sorry, not going to work. Divest. Jess, interesting
Oh,
perspective.
Jess.
We ain't.
Also, I got to give
We
Stacy
ain't.
Rubin a shout out for the 20 ball on Cash App. Said, great panel last night. Much respect. The accountability partner. Shout out to my dog, Stacy Rubin. I appreciate y'all. Donald, before we start breaking down this video, what are your thoughts, bro?
I'm just coming to put my cape on right quick for the ladies.
What's your cape? You want to get straight into the video, or you want to give us a general idea of what your thoughts are?
Yeah, so let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think so? I've been having a lot of conversations with females lately, right? And I ain't gonna lie. So we do get on the females a lot, like, the females do be doing some scandalous things, right? But what about us dudes, right? Do y'all think it's
Donald must be
easier?
in love. This is not the Donald that I'm used to. But go ahead, Don.
I'm just putting my cape on. I'm trying to start some controversy, right? So, do y'all think that it's easier for us dudes to find a good girl as opposed to a woman finding a good man? Because the girl B Taylor last night, she said that I guess she date multiple men until I guess
No,
a
we're gonna
man.
get to that. We're gonna get to
Okay,
that. We're gonna
all
get to
right.
that. So shout
But
out to Alex Trebek. My dog with the 50 ball says next
Right
panel
back.
should have a white man who's not urban. Let these black women learn. Unfortunately, black men expect the least when it comes to women. Tone, being respectful. They got maybe 2 times to get an attitude before other races dip out.
That's a good statement. But can I say something though?
Yeah,
we
for
didn't
sure.
we didn't know Pearly was going to be on the show, so I think the animosity derived from last week's show and other shows. So people were tuning in. Ooh, who gonna be on panel? So that I think that was the build up to that show, and because a lot of people were in the chats prior to the show starting, and they were interesting. They wanted to know who was going to be on the show before it started. So we didn't know Pearly. I don't even know who Pearly is.
Well, we knew who wasn't gonna be on the show. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, but listen, you know, beef has happened on Lapeef on Thursday nights before, and then it's the same cast, so it has happened.
Yeah, but
when
we make up our mind,
yeah, I mean,
we let it ride for a little bit because
that was a long little bit.
Yeah, well, for my thing is, like, I'm a very forgiving person, and I don't necessarily like, me, like people sometimes they be like, yo, Anton, they say some crazy stuff, and I just let it ride. But once it gets to a certain point, sometimes you got to teach a lesson. Got to grab that chick by her Nah, let me be quiet. All right, so let's get into the breakdown. Let's get to it.
Your red robe at? You need your red robe.
Oh, I got it. I just ain't bring it down to the studio yet. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get there. Let's break it down. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. Let me fast forward. Let's get to
with the triple timer, y'all.
First of all, y'all was all acting extra.
I know y'all not.
What's up? All acting extra when y'all first seen who was gonna be on the panel. Why y'all act so extra? Just because we got some white women that's a part of the conversation.
Let's just be honest. Sometimes how Black women feel regarding white women is I'm just gonna be honest regarding it. And I mean, I don't know. Sometimes they might feel like this is not their so.
My ladies on the panel, y'all looking phenomenal. Look at them. I'm just say. All right, so let me ask y'all a question also before we really, really deep dive. Do y'all think that there's a competition among different races of women about for the type of men that they want? Because I'm gonna tell you, listen, when I look at this panel, I see that beautiful white woman, Carmen. All right, I see that Siobhan is gorgeous. I mean, all of the ladies look good, right? But I'm gonna focus specifically on the white women. All right, let me make myself minimal size. We all know that Coach K is gorgeous. All right, you got my girl Pearl over there.
Pearl.
I love my white women. I love everybody. Coach K is gorgeous.
Coach K is gorgeous. She's beautiful.
She cute.
I'll give her that.
We just gonna start getting into it. We're gonna start breaking it down.
Carmen's cute too. Coach K and Carmen are cute.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So we got to get into the show. Let me put myself in queue at the bottom, but we don't want to cover up our beautiful white woman. So we gotta make some adjustments. All right, let's get into it. Y'all looking. So let me fast forward.
Well, our BBL's going out of style. Who wants to go ahead and tackle this first?
I go. Hey, can we use an example on the panel?
I guess.
Curves for life. I'm telling you. Step, come on
First of all, I
now.
don't know BBL. What are you talking about? I got no BBL. This is homegrown. What you mean?
Oh, well, I'm just saying. It's you can fool somebody. So I'm just saying. You remember the Price is Right? He picked somebody out of the crowd. He said, "Come on down." All right, you don't know that.
Yeah, next, because I mean, homegrown. Next.
All right, I'm gonna
fast forward it a little bit. I'm gonna tell
everybody doing today, but
I'm gonna say if you want to say hi, just say hi.
And I'm not telling y'all what happened in the green room.
Hello.
Who I'm saying hi to. All right, we don't go there. All right, look.
So I'm gonna fast forward into the ladies
different.
talking.
I'm
gonna spend the majority of this live stream focusing almost 100% on what the lady said. I'm not gonna focus hardly any on what it is that we said. All right. So I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit. Let me go to B. Taylor.
Look like diapers.
Oh, hold on.
No, they not. Well, dude, come on.
They're not, and they look
Come
like
on.
Bugs Life. They asses look like Bugs.
And now they going right back to their roots and taking all of that out.
Well, because it's hazardous. At least they can pay for it. They ain't got to go to Colombia and get it.
I don't want to try to get some other people in there.
Can I go?
Go ahead,
'Cause I was
Pearl.
taking notes.
Go.
I was taking notes.
I feel like the BBLs have started to look like diapers, where it's like
I'm gonna go.
the
I'm gonna
butt's
listen
like
to
hanging
Pearl,
off.
and then I'm gonna listen.
I don't know.
to
I think like it's
And
not
then we gonna break
necessarily
this
that they've
part down, and we
gone
gonna
out
go
of
to the next
style.
section.
It's just like I agree with you. I think they've gone too far to the point where it's just looking like silly. Because I've even had girls come on my show, and I'm like, girl, what on earth did you do in Colombia or wherever you get those done?
I'm gonna go to B. Taylor.
A thing, but for the longest, we were shamed for our curves, our hips, our butts, our legs. Everything was shamed. The white girl was the beauty standard. Her small.
So, do y'all think that women were shamed for their curves? Because, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying that this may be a little bit off personally. I thought that even when you look at the early depictions of slave masters and, you know, them sleeping with the slaves and stuff like that, they loved, and they would often at time get them chicks pregnant that they was sleeping with, and they would have kids and have mixed kids inside of the house, in which the kids would then be, you know, that house dude.
They would just F them. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, I'm asking a question though, right?
So she's right. At one point in time, decades ago, the beauty standard was very slim, very slender type of women, right? So that was definitely a beauty standard at long time ago, right? So she's right about that point, but that was decades before we was even born.
Okay, so let's assume that, for the sake of conversation, that was the beauty standard, right? That it was slim, whatever, so on and so forth, right? If that was the beauty standard, then why wasn't women trying to meet that beauty standard? Like, why wasn't black women specifically trying to meet that beauty standard?
It's hard getting rid of thick hips and thighs. I mean, they tried, but shoot, beauty standards change.
I don't know, Q. Most women today and forever have always been more overweight.
I mean, okay, true, but it's gotten worse now. At one point, perms were in, right? It was just straight hair that was in. Now it's the natural curly look. You don't remember that decade? I mean, that was your error with the perms.
I agree with you.
I've always
on
liked
that.
She
girls
got
that
a
are slim.
point. It never, even Sir Mix-a-Lot said, like, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when Baby got back, you know, Cosmo says you're fat, but I ain't down with that. You get what I'm saying? So back in the 80s, yes, it was the standard. B. Taylor is right. It was a standard for slim Barbie girls back in the day when we were 80s kids. But that has dramatically changed.
Hey, when y'all say shaming, who is shaming females' bodies? Like who? I don't hear no men shaming females' bodies.
Oh, if you was thick back in the day, you was fat. Big booty hips
I mean,
and all.
no, see, like fat, like everybody is going to clown somebody that's fat, but I'm talking about outside of fat, like what men are shaming women's bodies?
I mean, we wouldn't say shame, but at one point in time, women didn't like their lips being too thick, and that wasn't a thing back then, right? Now it is a trend, right? So I don't say shame, but
I think women care too much about what other women think. Because, like, think about this, right? If men call other men ugly, nobody gives a fuck. But like, if a woman calls another woman ugly, or you got a funny looking body or something like that, then she feels insecure. But it's like, why do you care about another woman's opinion? Like, you don't date women, you don't get money from women, like you don't really need their attention. So why is their opinion so valid to you?
That's a fair point.
And then also to add to that, Q is right. It was a time where, you know, being slim was the thing, straight hair was the thing. But I think the problem is a lot of times when you look at today, a lot of people don't really have their identity. That's why they get online and they're looking for identity, and anything that seems acceptable, that's what they run with. And it just seems to me when it comes to just, women in weight, men in weight, it's not acceptable for a man to look a certain way, but for a woman it is. And the only way a man will get be a byproduct or he get a pass if he got the income to support it and the character to support it. So the challenge is, which is fine. I do understand what B Teller is stating in that scenario. The challenge is but women want a man to look a certain way physically, but they won't go do the work to maintain that look as well. Because I was always taught, when you think about marriage, whatever look you had when you got together, you got to work like hell to maintain that look, because that's what y'all attracted each other on. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, because, health things happen, so forth and so on. But the goal is to try to maintain what you can, because that's the whole purpose, is the duration of whatever you all need to do to maintain it, but add spice in the process. So I think the challenge is, it just seems like when it comes to just weight and women, one, we get this, everybody think thick means that it's sexy and attractive, and it's just not the case, because the media like to convolute a lot of perceptions, and the perceptions is normally convoluted for women, not necessarily for the man. So it makes the woman feel good, but for the man, that's not really what he's looking for or he wants. So I think that's just kind of, some of the disconnect there. And I think that women have to re-identify, their own identity and not let other women dictate that for them. Because most of the time when you talk about BBLs, it's not for the man. There's only two people that make women feel good about their looks as it relates to from a social norm perspective. That's other women and gay men. But heterosexual men, that stuff matters.
All right, let's continue.
Frame her, I don't know. I don't want to say boyish body, but they want them to be really small, thigh gap, all of that. That was the trend. So our curves for the longest wasn't praised. We had Beyonce, we even had J-Lo, but she was a Hispanic girl. So it was mostly like, praised in that way. But once Kim Kardashian stepped out with Ray J, that's when it became popular. That's when it became popular. Kylie Jenner made the lips popular. Black women are, the standard of that they're replicating now. Now it's gone too far, where you're seeing Black women who naturally had a nice body ruining their bodies now with these BBLs. Like I know people personally who had great bodies and they went and got it big because that's what's in, and they think that that's what men want. And I can't say that women who try to say, I don't do it for men, I do it for myself. You're doing it for yourself to feel good from the validation that you get from men. So at the end of the day, you're still doing it for men. Let me see.
You got notes?
Yeah, I do have notes.
Okay.
And then white women started getting it. And as much as logic, you may not see it on your timeline, but I see it. And I see white women where I'm like, okay, sis, we know that's not yours. But guess who's praising it? Black men. So if Black women are seeing Black men praising the preference, then that's competition. So guess what? Black women are going to feel like they need to enter that competition to get the Black man's attention, because most Black women want Black man's attention back. So
I'm of the perspective, and I think a little bit later in this clip that they speak specifically about the idea that they're doing it for men, or they're doing it for Black men. I always believe that they're doing it for other women, which kind of speaks to Donald's point specifically when he said, why are women doing this for other women when it's men? Men are the ones that have to make the decisions as to whether or not they're going to have a relationship with you, whether or not they're going to give you money, so on and so forth. Why do they do this for the attention and the approval of people that don't even matter? What do y'all think about that?
I think it's about 80% towards the men, because they want to get they want to get a higher value man, or a man that got more money They want to like step their level up as a woman, and then the rest is like competition with females on, I would say, social media. You see another girl got her body done and she going on trips and she on private jets and she getting taken shopping, and you feel like you want to live that life as well. So I think females, I think they mostly do it for dudes, but the rest of it is just competition.
I totally agree with Donald, because honestly, if it was 100% they're doing it for females, we're not trying to date these women. Women are catty, women are messy. I'm not trying to better myself because of them. No, I'm doing it to get the guy that I see other women are getting. So I think they're just copying what other women are doing. You know, the body as Kim K, she said, you know, a lot of those women, the Fashion Nova women, she said, they look kind of like Kim K. If you actually, I would shop on Fashion Nova, but if you look, they're kind of similar, like they're very similar. So I agree. It's mostly for the men. They want to get the men that other women are getting. But so it's also a competition. They want to compete. What you got to do? You got to step up your game.
The problem with that is the problem with trying to duplicate what the next woman may or may not look like to get the man you want. Sometimes we come into, as far as the BBLs and the makeup and everything else, we get to the point where all the women look similar. They look so much alike because there's so much trying to look like this certain kind of particular woman to mess with a certain kind of man. So you got like, for example, you got Lil' Kim when her body when she started doing that to her face and body. Then we start seeing a little bit of it with Nicki. Then we start with Kim K. They all kind of have this similar kind of BBL kind of look that there's not much of a difference. That's the only thing that I think that I have an issue with. They all starting to look the same.
I mean, they're going to the same.
You don't got no issue with it, because if they walk up on you and they trying to give it to you, you're going to take it. So you ain't got no issue with shit.
Oh, Lil' Kim?
That's what I said. Y'all still going with
not Lil' Kim. I'm saying, like, because you said most girls got the same BBL body. And I'm saying if they walk up on you trying to give it to you, you're not going to have no problem with it.
Well, no, because I'm not going to choose that kind of woman that looks like the next woman. I need someone that's a little different. I'm trying to have somebody that looks different than what's already out here on the Instagram and trying to have a BBL every day. Like the answer posed, would you have a flat or a BBL? I like big booties, so even though I'm not a BBL fan, I still like my girl to have curve more than to have a long back. So at the end of the day, that's still me.
So you would choose a BBL or a flat back?
If yes, because I like big booties, but like I'm not pro BBL. I'd rather you work out. I'd rather you transfer your weight into make it more tone and natural. But that's for me. Maybe not for you.
Bro, y'all dudes gotta stop this cap, bro. Please stop.
I've never messed with a slim woman. So I've never messed with a slim woman. I've messed with the curves. I've messed with a curl. And I messed with the Carmen. So
I heard the girl Pearl ask that question last night, I guess, about the flat booties and the BBLs. And I will argue 90% of dudes would take a girl that got the BBL over a flat booty.
Bruiser lied because his wife has a fat ass and she looks good. So
I'm not talking about them nasty looking BBLs. I'm talking about a good one, because I wouldn't say most women BBL don't look nasty. Most BBLs don't look nasty.
I would never.
Better.
I would never.
Better with time.
I remember one time he would take flat. I remember he said he'd take flat.
I would never.
But Anton, you come from a different generation. They wasn't doing BBLs back then. If you was about 20, 25, you wouldn't be saying that.
I'm not into super duper curvy girls like that.
Yeah, he likes the skinny chicks.
I am.
But for them,
I like skinny girls. I don't like. When I met Rita, she couldn't have been any more than 105, 110 pounds.
See?
As a matter of fact, Rita just texted me and she just said, let me read this. She said, people get shamed for being skinny. I was talked about my entire life by my family and friends and for being too skinny.
That's what Carmen said on the show last night, which is true. But
then that further factors into the idea that it's the women that's being terrorists in these communities and setting the standard as to what should and shouldn't happen when that shouldn't be the case. And let me give a shout out to Melvin Johnson Sr. for said great leadership and awesome show last night. I appreciate you. Jordan Smith says, for the amazing show last night, that diversity was needed. I appreciate you on Cash App. And then Stacy Rubin says, for the great panel last night, much respect. I appreciate everybody that continues to contribute to the platform and hold us down. But I don't want no BBL chick. I mean, I can deal with a curvy chick. I'm with that. I don't trip off that. I don't want no chick that got surgically enhanced butt. I don't.
I think when y'all say you don't want no BBL chick, I think y'all automatically think of the girls that got the too big butt or the too big titties, or it's like, but it's some girls.
I don't want anybody that went under the knife for an unnecessary reason to enhance their butt.
Right.
That's just me personally. I will take a chick with a flat back all day long over that.
And I think that regarding the beauty standards, us women, we're very, very hard on ourselves. Because I've met skinny chicks and be like, oh, I wish I had your thighs and hips. I'm like, girl, take these shits. Like, and skinny women sometimes want to be thicker, and thicker women sometimes want to be skinnier. I mean, it's just, sometimes we're just hard on ourselves. And with this whole, I agree with Donald. If a woman has like what do they call it? I forgot, skinny BBL, and y'all can't notice it's fake, and she got still like the little dimples, y'all men probably wouldn't even notice. Some of y'all men don't even know some of these trans are trans. So let's just regarding that. Like, yeah.
But see, and again, and I think that we also mentioned this on the show, that it's a difference between, just because we'll bust a chick down doesn't necessarily mean that that's a chick that we prefer to marry.
Okay.
Or that chick that we want to have a kid with and be in a long-term relationship with for the rest of our lives. That's a completely different conversation. Like, would you bust down a chick with a BBL?
Some people on the panels, wives had surgery. I mean, they married them. So I'm not talking about your wife, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know you're not talking about me, because Rita ain't never had no.
Yeah, big chicks get married. BBL chicks get married. It happens. It just depends how it looks.
I don't mind you getting a BBL as long as you try to exercise and you tried the other ways. If you just went straight under the knife and you never tried nothing else,
bro, stop the cap, bro. Most of these women don't exercise, and 99% of
for me, that's my opinion.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not for you.
So your woman exercises 5 out of 7 days out the week.
No, but my woman naturally thick. My girl's naturally thick though. She has natural ass. She has natural hips and titties. She don't gotta do that for me.
Hold on.
What?
Ray.
Talk to me.
A lot of what we think is thick is fat. And I'm not speaking about your specific situation, because I've never seen your girl. Okay?
Right.
So I'm not speaking about you specifically. But a lot of what we identify as thick is fat. And I don't know anybody that's naturally big boned. So my point is that we gotta let go of that perspective of naturally thick is fat. That is not the move, bro.
Some men like thick fat. I'm just gonna say that. I had to disagree with you last night, because some men actually prefer their women thick, fat, whatever.
That's cool. All I'm saying is that that's not natural.
Yeah,
because he said his girl is naturally thick, and I've never seen his girl, so I'm not speaking to him specifically.
Well, I mean, naturally meaning she's never had no surgery. Now she's not, her waist ain't snatched, but her stomach ain't bigger than her booty either. So I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ!
I'm not trying to hump your belly button. I'm not trying to.
Let me ask this directly. What's the difference between? But listen though, what's the difference between? Because you said, what's the difference between a woman that go under the knife and don't exercise, as opposed to a woman that's just thick, like you said, and she doesn't exercise? What's the difference between the two? Because you said you wouldn't date the other one.
The difference is you just said, you're basically goes upon what Island Q said. You just sat up there and said you're following a trend. You went to Dr. Miami. You never tried to follow Coach K and go exercise and tone it up a little bit. You get what I'm saying? I like dimples in the buns. I don't like a booty that looks shining like a basketball that don't shake when you move it. That like you got semen in your buns. You know, I need you to move. I need that to move.
Let me jump in that.
Let me say this right quick. Just one thing. It's super quick. But the girl that's naturally thick didn't go to Coach K neither.
Well, that's fine. But I know if I wanted my woman to go work out and I felt like she got too big and she's not thick no more, my woman is going to go to the gym. I'm not having her go under the knife. Now, if she can't do it, because some women have thyroid issues and you need to go do that, go do that. But still go work out while you go under the knife, because you still can lose your. If you end up getting big after you go under the knife, oh my God.
You on mute, Anton.
I think too though, a lot of times the reason why most men don't want a woman that went under the knife is because most men align with a woman being natural. Period. So even if a guy like a thicker woman, he want a thicker woman that's naturally thick, whether we consider it fat or not fat. Either way, he just in line with the concept of her being natural, not going under the knife. Because most guys logically consider if they go under the knife, what repercussions can happen in the future, especially if he's thinking about settling down with her.
The same repercussions of a woman that's naturally thick that don't work out. They both gonna have the same outcomes.
Well, the thing about
that's not necessarily
it's
true.
Not. Well, reason why I say it's not is because most people that get surgery once don't. It's almost like a tattoo. They don't just only do it once.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they keep going. You know what I'm saying? And so it just creates a bad habit, and it removes the accountability that come along with it. That's one. And then the other part of it, dang, I was gonna say something else. I missed it. And either way, for me, I know what I was gonna say. In my personal opinion, it's funny because the person that probably is the least is the most against it was the prettiest person on the panel last night.
Who was
Coach
that?
K.
Was against what?
Oh, yeah, I mean, she
was the most gorgeous person in my personal opinion, as far as just from a physical perspective on the panel. Coach K was the hottest chick on the panel.
But the thing is, I mean, she works out every day, so of course she would be against it because she believes in hard work and dedication. Most women don't, so you can't really use her as an example.
Why can't I?
Because her mentality is way different than the average girl. For her to even, because think about this, a female don't even have to go to the gym to look good and to get attention. So for her to do that puts her above the crowd just by going to the gym.
When I say physically, and again, this is for the chat because I know that y'all y'all need the context. When I say physically, I'm talking about her body.
Yeah, right.
I'm talking for the chat. I'm not talking about something that you can't control, your face, whatever, so on and so forth. I'm talking about her physical body and transforming how she looks and not doing surgery to do it. I'm saying that she was the baddest chick on the panel as far as her physical characteristics, in my opinion.
No, we don't disagree with that.
Siobhan kind of cute and charming too, though.
I'm not talking about cute.
She's talking about
physical. I'm talking about their body.
Physical, body wise. Okay, gotcha.
I would have to say body.
Okay, gotcha.
But she looks like she's fit, so it makes sense.
Well, no, I know what she looks like. Like I know what her whole. Yeah. And that's not to take away from nobody else to say that nobody else don't look. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, let's be real. Everybody got Instagram or whatever. Like you can. I know what Coach K looked like. You know what I'm saying? So.
Is she short?
Not if she's short. Now we all looking at her Instagram.
I mean,
Anton, she's in the gym.
She's short. She looked kind of short from yesterday. I don't know.
So, anyways, let me go into the next part. What specifically, and this is one of my favorite parts of the conversation last night, was should women date multiple men at the same time in order to explore their options? I'm gonna play this.
Women should date multiple men at a time to explore their options. What I thought. So I'm gonna start with Curls for Life first. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You on mute, just so you know. You on mute. You on mute. I'm muted.
You should have stayed on mute.
Lord.
Sorry. I think they should, respectfully though. Like, just because you date doesn't mean you have to sleep with people. You know what I mean? And men do it. Men will serial date as many women, and they make sure women prove who is the best before they choose you. And not to say, like, again, because I think sometimes when men hear that, they automatically think that means you got to put out. Go out on dates, get to know men, and decide if that's somebody you even see that you want to be around. Because a lot of the, never mind, I'm not gonna go there. But sometimes you can get caught up, and you might put all your eggs in one basket, and then you find out a few weeks later that he's trash, that he's broke, that that's not his car, that, you know, a bunch of different other stuff. So just, you know, absolutely.
So I'm not gonna have y'all comment yet until I get enough context with more people contributing into the conversation. So Curves for Life said women should date multiple men at the same time to explore their options. Let's continue.
And I'm gonna go to Pearl next on that one. Women should date multiple men at times to explore their options.
That's not his car. Has that happened to you?
Is that you being funny? Or was that a genuine
No, I
question?
was just asking. I've just never heard of that.
Why do women get so triggered? Well, let's continue the conversation.
No, I was just asking. I've never heard of
Coach Pearl was catching bodies all night. I'm gonna say that
All
prior
night.
to really diving into this.
She was handling it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She was catching bodies. Christopher Walker says, been MIA for a minute, big bro, but wanted to support great content you've been putting out recently, as always. I appreciate you, Chris Walker. We gonna cook up, big dog. I appreciate you for holding us down. Thank you for the 50 ball. Let's continue.
like he like picks you up in a car. That's not
Nah,
nice.
I mean, you can answer the question. I wasn't answering you.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just asking.
Hey, this tonight, you can be rude as you want to be.
Oh my gosh. So wait, what was the question? No, I mean, I just feel like men look for loyalty. So if you're like dating a bunch of guys at the same time, like I think guys kind of want to be like they kind of like it when your attention is focused on them. So I don't know. I don't think it's that good to like date multiple people at the same time, but like if a guy's not giving you attention to the point that it's like plan A attention, you know, I think you should probably just find a different guy to date.
So the second person that answered the question, which is Pearl, is saying that nah, you should only date one person at a time. All right, we gonna continue.
Okay. All right, Siobhan, what are your thoughts about it? Women should date multiple men at a time to explore their options.
Hell yeah. You got to. You got to talk to more than one person, because if you don't, okay, especially, well, I guess it depends what age too. So if you're like younger, of course we're going to talk to multiple people. Like you just have to. Like we're in an age where people like serial date, okay? We are. Like have some fun, you know, maybe you can have somebody that you're, you know, laying down with, and another one that like take you out, and then another one that do this and have fun, like different, like even our friends, we have friends that are like that. You can only go to the club with this person, or, you know, this and that, like it's the same thing.
Jesus. So Siobhan, Curves for Life and Siobhan said date multiple people. Pearl said no, date one person. Let's continue.
Okay. Coach K, what are your thoughts?
I don't think, I mean, what are the definitions? You know what I mean? I think if you're talking and then you find interest in someone that you want to court or date or whatever, I think you should do it one at a time, because our brains aren't supposed to multitask, because it's like you're giving a little bit of attention to all these different guys, and then in essence, they're not getting your full attention, and then it's not going to work. You're kind of like setting yourself up for failure, I think. I think you should do it one at a time, you know, get clear, get focused. And then if it doesn't work, then you know right out the gate, versus prolonging it when you would have known this from the start if you had focused on him and him only.
Coach K and Pearl said no. I think y'all see where we going with this. Siobhan and Curves for Life said yes. Let's continue.
So that's what I got.
All right, B. Taylor, what are your thoughts? women should date multiple men at a time to explore their options.
So I've been in both situations. When I started dating, I would date one at a time, and I realized that didn't work for me personally because I get attached and I wear my heart on my sleeve. So I would get very upset if the guy didn't take me serious, or I found out he was talking to somebody else and I wasn't. I would feel some type of way. So to protect myself, I tell and to tell other women that are like me, I say it's okay to date other men. Now you're gonna have a roster. I think it's safe to have a roster. You always gonna have your favorite, and that's the one that you give the most attention to and take serious. While the other ones, you kind of got them on standby, kind of texting them from time to time. Especially when you're like by yourself and he tripping a little bit or something, you texting your other roster of men, to kind of keep you distracted. And let the best man win, because when your favorite team player is not playing right, you kick him to the curb and upgrade somebody else.
Wow.
I like you, girl. I like you. You
hold on. All right. So let's stop there. That is pretty much the and again, thank you to everybody that continues to support the platform with the super chats and the cash apps and everything like that. What are your thoughts, guys and ladies on the panel? B. Taylor, Siobhan, and Curves for Life said that you should date multiple men and you should keep a roster, right? Specific, quote unquote. Pearl and Coach K, and then Carmen over there, that beautiful, beautiful Carmen over there.
I guess my first
is saying no. Carmen is, I like her. Carmen got them baby hairs. Anyways,
edges. Let's just be honest. We're not men, and that's when I was listening to this. I don't know who said it on the panel. Well, why can't men do it? We're not men. We're not men when it comes to dating. We're not men when it comes to sexual intercourse. And anytime I hear women say, "Oh, date multiple men," if you want a thought around, just say that. If you want to be for the street, if you want to be a hoe, just say that, right? Because let's just be honest. Us as women, we're emotional. How can you juggle multiple men like that? Of course, they're going to say, we're not having sex with all the men. Of course, that's the first shit that's going to come out the mouth. I think Curve said it first. But that's BS. Women be having a man for a food man, a Thursday man, the club man. I mean, they basically said it. If he's not giving you attention, move on. But if you are trying to date with a purpose and want to get married, all you need to do is focus on one person. Right? If he's not aligning or she's not aligning, okay, he's not aligning with you, move on. Okay, exit him out, right? You don't need 5 men, because honestly, you're deceiving and you're lying to that person. Because if I had a roster and I was talking to Bob, I went out with Bob on a date, Bill calls me, I don't pick up the phone, then I call him back after with Bob, he'll be like, what you doing? What was you doing? Oh, I was out to dinner. Did you go with your friends? I gotta lie now. So, or I know these women are going to tell the truth and say, no, I went out with another man. Let's be honest. What man is going to think that's attractive, that he's talking to a woman that's talking to multiple men? Because I would be like, you know what, brother? If she's doing that, just F her and move her to the side. If that was my little brother, don't take her serious. But that's all I just
I totally agree with Q, but I think this is a wake up. This is a very telling feature of a woman. That means that she has the concept that men and women are equal, and I think that should be a red flag for a man that's looking for something serious. Because like Q stated, if she's really serious and she's dating with a purpose, that's not even the conversation, because the conversation is she's specifically having somebody help her find a man that she want to be with long term. And that does not include, it never includes you sharing you sharing all and juggling all these different guys. And even for men that do a lot of juggling, a whole lot of women, that tells me 9 times out of 10, they probably not on their purpose. Because it's just hard to do. It's hard to be going after something, you're 100% focused and you juggling multiple personalities for men or a woman. So when you're really serious for a man, you're serious about your purpose, you going after something, you don't have time for that. Really. And I think that's what kills most men, is because they get so caught up on chasing women that they don't go out and become the best version of themselves. And then I think for women, this just shows that they feel like they are equal. So they're going to go through the phase before they get back to the situation where I should have probably just settled down, focused on one guy. And also because they sharing the energy, one of the guys that may be the one, he's going to get overlooked because of other features that she going to find in another guy that she's doing all the juggling with.
And how are these women, sorry, last thing, how are these women juggling multiple men and their baby mamas? How do y'all deal with that? Like, how you juggle multiple men, you got kids? How, I don't, I can't even, I don't got no kids. Dealing with one man is enough. But, go ahead, sorry.
I'm coming to put my cape on. It's too much agreeing up here.
Oh, Jesus.
You guys, if you simping today, just say that, Donald. Donald in a relationship.
See, it's too much agreeing. So I got to put my cape on, right? So look, right? Think about this. The average female, how often does she come across a man that's strong, dominant, assertive, aggressive, a leader, a stand-up man, right? So it's probably going to take her 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 dates for her to even find one dude that she let me finish. For her to even find one good man, I'm talking about the average female. I'm not talking about a good, great, soft, submissive, feminine woman. I'm talking about the average female. She does not run into a assertive man on a daily basis. She don't. So it's going to take her a date. I'm telling you. Because I'm gonna give you the perfect example, right? I was doing a podcast probably about last Friday, and I was sitting next to a girl, and she was bragging on her boyfriend the whole entire show. Yeah, my man do this for me. He do this, he do this, he do that. He do everything for me, right? But the whole time we was filming the podcast, the dude literally called her phone like 24, 25 times. And then she finally got him on the phone and was like, yeah, I just got shot. I need you to come pull up on me right now. So what I'm saying is that, like, females really be
what? Wait, what?
What? Was she testing him or something? Like, I'm confused.
So basically what I'm trying to say is he was acting insecure because she was on a podcast. He probably thought she was, you know what I'm saying, getting fucked or whatever. Like, let's be real. That's what dudes think when they girl go out with some dudes or they around dudes. So he thinking that she trying to get, you know what I'm saying, whatever, she having sex with us. But that's not what's happening. We literally just recording a podcast. So I'm saying, like, a lot of females is they either in relationships with dudes like that, or they about to be in relationships with dudes like that. And a man like that is not a stand-up man, an assertive man. He not a leader. So a female might end up with a dude like that for 4 or 5 years. And she could have avoided that if she was on her whole phase and was dating 5, 10 men.
Jesus Christ.
No, Donald, this is a lot
Hey, he even had to laugh at himself when he said that one, bro. He laughed at himself when he said that.
Oh, man.
Hey, bro. He don't believe that. Donald just want more hoes out here.
Hey, listen.
Donald is trying to get more hoes out here. Don't listen to Donald, y'all.
I'm the new Derek Jackson.
I think that you guys did well on the panel as Q, and I'm sorry, I forgot the second guy's name. I seen him before. My apologies.
You just call me Tim.
Tim and Q is right. It's hard to. They analyzed that well, and you guys did well. They did well on the panel to combat that. We guys just know when we hear the roster. We hear the roster. When we hear that word roster, we already know what that means. You know what I'm saying? You guys explained that clearly. You know, we know what a woman having a roster and she's dating. We know what that means. We've seen what happened when the white women say what they one at a time. And we've seen the black women say having a roster and how it sounded. It didn't sound good the way they were trying to describe having multiple men for every single thing. Because it does take away for us. I mean, you're not going to tell us that at a date. You're not going to say at a date that you got multiple options because the date's over. We know that. You're not, if that's what it is, say that. But most women on the date with one man, getting to know that one man would probably got multiple men, is not saying that date, I got multiple options. Huh?
Let me put my cape on right quick. But do us do us men tell females on a date that we dating multiple females?
They already know.
Nah, see, no. See, I'm
They
putting my
already
cable.
know,
You
though.
can't do
I
that.
don't
You
ask questions
expect
I
a
don't
woman.
want to answer to.
You
Right.
can't
That might be
expect
a
a woman
question
to
she
be
don't
the
want
one
to
that
answer
just mean
because she
being
might already know.
But Donald, even if I did, right, I wouldn't want to even hear that answer. So if I don't want the man I'm interested in dating multiple women, why am I going to go ahead and doing it?
Right. Right.
Hey, what they say, honesty is the best policy.
It is. And what I've seen, when a man sees that a person, a woman, isn't invested in him, he's going to notice that, and he's gonna
Right.
peep game, especially how you moving and what you're bringing
Mhm.
forth. Like, he's gonna notice that, and them other birds ain't gonna be there.
What if let's just say, what if she's a woman that actually shows you she's all in, but she talking to other dudes as well?
That's a liar,
There's no,
and it will come out.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
she.
no possible way. But also, just to add to that, when you're dating multiple people, there is a downfall to that as well. Because if something, first thing, you're not really attached to no one, so you're not really learning anything that you can look back on and reflect on, so that way you can make change to be better for the next person. That's one concept that's not really talked about, and that's the danger, because you have no room to really want to change or do any change, because you could just drop this person, get another person. When you get committed and you kind of looking at just one person at a time, it allows you to, if the relationship or the situation don't work out, you get a chance to reflect, but you get a chance to now build off of that. And I think when you're talking about longevity and long term, that should matter. Now, if you're just gonna do whatever, you out just living life, survival, knocking down everything and just having fun, that's a different conversation. But we're talking about when you're looking to build something, that matters. Because what you'll do is the next situation, you'll come in with some self-reflection, but also you'll come in with a high level of confidence. And that's something I don't think people think about when they talk about relationships, because relationships really is about being relatable. And you bring something, I bring something. We know we got flaws, but let's talk about and work through it so we can have something together. So,
but check this out though, right? Let's say a female talking to multiple dudes, right? In my personal opinion, I don't think she's gonna let her number one dude that's in rotation, like the one that's the most important to her, I don't think she's gonna let him go, even if she is talking to other dudes.
So that's his job, though, to ask the right questions. See, I think too many times people date and they do this dating like we still in high school. They don't have the right type of conversation.
Donald,
you
don't think that a dude can sniff out whether or not another dude is busting you out?
Right.
Oh, most dudes know. I don't think most dudes know. I ain't gonna lie to you. Most dudes don't.
I'm gonna tell Anton, I agree with him on that, because I think most dudes scared to ask the question because they trying to get in and get some.
I don't think it has nothing to do with asking a question though, at all. I don't think it has anything to do with asking a question. I think that, bro, if you can't tell that your chick is attached to another dude, you are out of your mind.
But some men are observant,
y'all
though.
can't. Wait. Y'all telling me y'all can't? Let me blow myself up a little bit. Y'all can't tell if your chick is moving with another dude.
But listen though, Anton, this is what I'm saying. You
can't tell if a chick that, not even your chick. Let me reframe that. You can't tell if a chick that you talking to is talking to multiple different dudes. All the different context clues and the breadcrumbs that she leaving.
Look, check this out, right? When we had these conversations, you got to take yourself out of your perspective. All the dudes that be on these YouTube streets, right? You got to take yourself out of your perspective and put yourself in the average dude's mindset. And the average dude cannot sniff out.
Brittany Renner is texting me. She is. She just literally texted me. You don't see it right there at the bottom?
I still got it.
We believe you, champ.
Some men aren't that observant. Women are very observant, and we are private investigators.
Right.
So we will notice if your mood is off. We will know. Well, if you're a woman that notice stuff, we will notice if you backing away. We will notice if you sad. Like us as women, we're definitely very more observant. But if a man will definitely pick up. Okay, she's not picking up. It's late at night. How many times the woman gonna say, "Oh, my phone died. Oh, I went to sleep."
Q. But look, Q, check this out. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree, right? So a girl will tell her boyfriend, she'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, me and the girls, we going to Vegas for the week. And I don't know if you ever been to Vegas, but like a lot of people's phones don't work out Vegas for like the service is terrible out Vegas, right? So your girl might be out Vegas for a whole week. And she'd be like, oh yeah, me and the girls got an Airbnb for a week and we just going to this club and this and that. And like, let's just say her phone, she ain't got no service out there all week. So she could barely talk to you. The dude not thinking nothing of it. He like, nah, man, I'm not insecure. I'm gonna let my girl go out there and have a good time with her girls. Like, she ain't doing nothing. She not that type of, like, most dudes think that their girl is different. She's the exception to the rule. She's not like that. She doesn't move like that. So the average dude cannot pick up on them clues. I'm trying to tell y'all. Because
so you think most dudes are dumb? You saying that?
Hold on, let me say this. If the average dude could pick up on these clues, then this little space of YouTube would not even exist.
Huh?
I agree. I think because a lot of guys, they really going in, they just want to smash. Let's just be honest. So because they just want to smash, they don't care or they ain't paying attention to the red flags.
So y'all telling me y'all can't talk to a chick?
It's not y'all. You got average man, not us.
No,
not average.
Y'all can't talk to a chick and determine whether or not she married, got a man, just dating, just having a good time, and she a buzz down without ever asking her any questions?
Think about this, Anton.
Like, and think about it. The frame is that you just kicking it with her, having a conversation. You can't tell how she moving in these streets?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. Dudes be blinded by the face. Like, think about this. If I just grew up with my mother all my life, I turned 19, 20, 22, whatever, 24. I'm sitting across from a girl, in my eyes, that's an 8, 9, or 10. She got a nice body. She acting like she interested in me. I don't know. I'm gonna believe what the hell she tell me. For the average dude that ain't been through nothing, he ain't grow up with his father, right. He ain't seek out no type of information. He's gonna get fooled and manipulated 9 times out of 10 out of every situation when he dealing with a female. The average guy, I think you thinking about it from
nobody, but nobody's getting manipulated. Listen, if a chick finesse you, okay,
it's his fault.
I have to take myself out of this example because I don't want to use myself as an example.
If a chick finesse you,
okay, I don't even know how to frame this correctly to where I can accurately have this conversation. Hypothetically, let's say I was out here in the streets, right? And let's say I was talking to a chick. And if a chick is on her finesse game and she finessing me, she may think that she finessing me, but she really not. Like, I'm letting her sell me a narrative because that's what I feel like dealing with at the time. But I'm not. I'm under no illusion. I'm under no illusion of who she is. It's just that I'm allowing her to do her thing. Like, I'm not going to sit here and hold her accountable in a conversation at the bar or whatever like that. I'm going to just be like, oh, okay, you know. I see. And back in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, okay. I see what this is. I'm going to let her finesse. I'm going to let her do whatever it is that she want to do. That don't mean that I'm finessed. So just because you moved, I'm still paying attention. I can still pull out all of the context clues. I don't have to ask you how many bodies you got. I know you for the streets.
But Anton, I think a lot of guys don't have that level of intuition. They just don't. They just don't.
If dudes actually, if they was actually able to do what you are saying, we would not have a simp culture out here. We wouldn't have it.
If they was doing that, it wouldn't be no OnlyFans.
Facts.
I don't know about that. These men that get cheated on and take back the girls and they ignore the red flags, and you hear it on Fight Club. Not all men are observing.
Yeah, but then I'll be trying to talk to them like, hey, bro, get your head out of the sand. Lift up. They be like, no, I want to be like this. You know, and I'll be trying to understand why do. All right, let me play a little bit more of this clip, and then we're gonna come back to the conversation.
But if men look for loyalty, why would he take you serious if you have a whole roster of people?
If he's looking for loyalty, then he would commit to me. but I'm not
Not right.
committed to anybody
Well, it's
that I'm
kind of like you have
dating.
to show him what he's gonna get.
But what's
So it's like
considered
if he's
loyalty,
getting this
though?
already, if he's already getting that like disloyalty before he's even in a relationship.
Disloyalty?
with
I don't
you.
owe no loyalty to no man I'm dating.
You're right. You don't owe it. It's not
Right.
like
And
he's
he
not.
don't owe me loyalty.
He's not entitled to it, but I think he's more likely to give it to you if you're
No,
loyal
I'm
to
telling
it.
you, I've been in both situations, and that sounds nice. I wish that was the case, but I've been in both situations, and I got played every time, and it hurt my feelings dearly. Because, and then when I told him that's not fair, you're talking to, he's like, we're not together. He'll hit me with that, we're not together. So until a man commits to me and show me that he wants to take me serious and showing me consistency, the dating world is piss poor. The dating world is piss poor out there, and it's a lot out there. So you're gonna run across really messed up people that's have bad agendas. They're trying to use you, they're trying to play games with you, they may have you on their roster. You don't know what you're getting until that man takes you serious and start being consistent. Then you slowly start kind of taking him serious until that man say, hey, I want to take things to the next level. You're not just somebody I'm dating anymore. I exclusively want to court you. Then that's when you, as a woman, then that's when you say, okay, I'm going to exclusively date him and take him serious until he tells me he's committed to me. It's a lot of women out here committed to men who's not committed to them. And I don't know what your situation is and how your dating world is, but I'm telling you, I've been on both sides.
But
what do y'all think about that?
Tell him, Queen. Tell him. Tell him, Queen. That queen is spitting. That queen is spitting right there.
In this new age, I think that's the problem. Because that's still that attitude and mentality that men and women are the same, and we not. I just think that's that concept of thinking they right.
I don't even think we're remotely the same at all, not even a little bit.
You guys did a good job tackling that yesterday. I don't look what y'all said on the panel yesterday. I don't even have a comment for it because y'all nailed it on the button exactly about how men operate sexually compared to women and how it should be. So y'all nailed it yesterday, last night. You know what I mean? Along with what Tim said, that was facts fired yesterday.
But if you see something like if I'm talking to a man via phone and this stuff that I'm not interested, why keep talking to him? Why keep entertaining him? Like why keep having him around? Like I don't get I don't get that. Like if you don't want to commit to him or he doesn't want to commit to you, you probably did something or you lacking, then you need to move around. I mean, just have the conversation. I think having the conversation with the person and communicating regarding, okay, are you dating to get married or you just want to be out in the streets? Have that conversation, because if you probably had sex with the man and he kept you on the sidelines. So, but you can't blame every other man after that. Like he's gonna treat you the same. But I don't do that dating multiple. That's too much.
My biggest thing is I don't think that women that date. I don't even know how y'all defining dating anymore. It's so convoluted. Women that date multiple men, I don't think that women that date multiple men are not having sex with most of them. Some of them might be in their phone as food, but I don't even think that a dude can take you out and keep on feeding you without at some point busting you down.
Period.
Right. I don't think
Netflix and chill.
I don't think these queens get down like that. These queens ain't getting down like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, in Houston, some men actually they're okay with that though. Like I know one of my friend, she has a roster. That girl has a roster, and she's only sleeping with one guy. Some guys, like especially older men, they just like the company of a woman.
Well,
right?
Okay, so let's assume that. Let's assume that that's the move, right? I'm still, if you my chick, right? Now I'm not talking about a chick that's for the streets. Listen, a chick that's for the streets, she for everybody. So we not tripping off that, right? But if you my chick, so the guy know that she talked to multiple different dudes, right? Q.
He know, but he don't want to believe it. Put it like
That's
that.
what I'm saying. I'm saying no, she didn't say that. She has a roster and she talks to multiple men, but she's only sleeping with
You can't
one.
believe that she not
No, but what I mean, I mean,
not giving it up to the multiple.
no, but
dudes.
trust me, she's on. This girl, listen, she was telling me everything. Like I was like, I don't know the girl like that. She's messing with a married man. And this is not my friend. She's messing with a married man. She has a great job. She's a lawyer, but I don't know how she became a lawyer. So these men are like buying her gifts and all that. And I'm like, you're only sleeping when she's like,
you letting her sell you. Women tell half truths.
No, but listen,
like they'll be so forthcoming that it's like, oh, she got to be being too real because they tell half truths, and then they leave out certain details because they still apprehensive about being looked at a specific type of way. To a certain extent, like it's almost like I'm gonna go far and I want you to like my story, but I don't want to go too far to where you really think that I'm just hoeing out.
No. Because I asked her, I was like, "You're messing with a married man. You don't think that's your hoe?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You're okay with that?" Because I'm curious. Like, why would you want to mess with a married man? I was like, "You don't believe in karma? Like, if that wife comes and beats you, she has every right because you're messing with him." But she was honest because I was just listening to everything. If she wanted to hide, she should have had messing with the married man. That hits me more than her having sex with multiple men.
Even if that's true though, Q. Even if that's Q, I believe. I mean, even if that's true, I believe that that's an anomaly type of situation. These chicks is giving up the buns.
I mean, there are women giving up the buns to these ugly men that got money. I see it all the time. I'm in Houston. A lot of ugly. No offense to Nigerians, there's cute Nigerians. These ugly Nigerian men that just want to spend money on chicks, they're doing it. It definitely happens. I'm in finesse. I think Houston was known as the sugar daddy capital. It happens.
This how I think it go for most females. I think that they got one dude, like you said, they got one dude that's busting them down, right? And then once that one dude starts getting on her nerves or acting up or she's ready to move on, she's going to let the next dude do what he want to do with her. And she's still going to talk to that other guy that she was talking to originally, but she's only going to sleep with the new guy until he starts acting up. Nope. I don't think
she's going to sleep with both of them.
Nah.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Females get emotional once they have sex, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. Like, what am I doing? I feel nasty."
They still gonna sleep with the dude, bro. I
feel disgusting. I don't think so. I think females only be sleeping with one dude at a time.
Donald, for you to be having a pulse on the streets and to be so young. I can't believe that you out here getting finesse like this, bro.
Some of these women don't care. They be having one night stand. Because I went to college and these girls was straight out sluts.
I cannot believe that Donald is getting finesse like this. Donald, I thought that you was better than this, man.
Bro, I'm putting my cape on, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Friday cape.
I believe these queens are amazing. So
they gonna sleep with whoever they can get an opportunity with. That's it.
That's true.
They gonna bust it down for the real ones. I'm telling you. Listen, not only will she bust it down for a real one, you can have her bust it down for your homies if you just really that dude.
You definitely talking about the exception to the rule. Now you talking about the rappers. That's what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about you ain't gotta be no rapper to get these chicks to do what you want them to do.
I'm talking about like let's say you got a girl, you met her on IG. And let's just say you are that guy to her, right? You saying that guy can get that girl to sleep with his homie.
Facts.
Hell nah.
Facts.
Yep. Facts. I totally agree with that.
Dog.
I totally agree.
What age group?
All age groups. What you talking about?
Hell
Donald,
nah.
what is Donald, let me tell you something, bro. She already want to.
What?
She already want to.
She want that money bag.
It ain't even got nothing to do with no money. She already want to. All she doing is looking for validation from you to put her in a position to do it.
Right. She just want to make sure you're not going to judge her,
bro.
She just want to make sure you're not going to judge her.
Donald.
Now I ain't gonna lie, I disagree. I agree with you because like I think females do meet one dude and then they be like, dang, this not the dude. They got the most money out there.
No, it ain't even on no. She meet one dude and saying, dang, this ain't it. She won't. Women are much more sexual than men. And as they age, they become more sexual. They already want to. They want everything. They want everything, bro. All they looking is for the right dude to put them in a position and to unlock them and make them feel comfortable about their decisions. What you think that she already want to, bro?
Yeah, I dated a chick before, and she straight told me that she was open to bringing a partner in, another woman.
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you what women. The only thing that's preventing them from doing it is a lot of these dudes is chatty patty, so they be pillow talking. She don't want too much to get out, or at least she don't want to know that you telling too much of her business. That's A. B, she just want to feel secure enough and confident enough to be able to perform like she really want to perform and let herself go outside, out here in these streets and in the bedroom. Dog, let me tell you, they will do everything. They want to be explorers, bro. They want to get fucked on the side of a building. They want to get bust down on the hood of a car. They want to be in a hotel room. They want to do it in a plain bathroom. They want everything, bro. They're just looking for the right one to unlock them. They want to be used. They want to be slapped, everything, man. They want the whole thing. They want everything. And they will love you and appreciate you and adore you for doing it to them. So while y'all out here making love to them, trying to understand them, they looking for a real one to unlock them. That's the difference. That's how I don't understand how y'all don't see this.
It ain't nothing wrong with simping and putting a woman on a pedestal because these.
Who is this? Donald.
I think y'all talking to the wrong type of women because these women out here are way better than what y'all think they are.
I'm just
Donald
without a straight face. Without a straight face.
I don't think women not like that. They're not like that, bro.
I have a question. Are y'all men, when y'all interested in a woman, right, and y'all are dating, right? Are y'all going to ask her if she's talking to other men, or are y'all?
Shout out to Mr. Fantastic. Go ahead. Y'all can answer, Q.
Say the question again.
Let's say the last girl you were dating that you were really interested in, not a bust down, not a hoe. Did you ask her if she's talking to other men to kind of see?
No. Why would y'all ask her? Well,
I didn't ask. I just told her that you mine now. I just told her what it is. We're exclusive. It's me and you now.
Intentional millionaire. I don't even know why you say that. No, you can be for everybody. She not yours. It's just your turn, bro.
What?
Why?
Facts. That is facts.
Why try to lock down something that? Why are you trying to cage a tiger?
Okay, so would y'all mind if a woman asked y'all, like, okay, are you talking to other men? I mean, I'm sorry, not other men. Shoot, are you talking to other women? Like, because I'm only talking to you. How would y'all feel if a woman said that?
I know me. I'm not asking because if I'm not asking a woman I'm dating in today's climate because I already know what's the answer to that. Because we know dating ain't what it used to be, that one-on-one. We know there's multiples behind. So you setting yourself up both ways if you ask that question. In my opinion, you setting yourself up.
A woman, if we're being real, a woman could get away with asking a man anything. I mean, like, what we gonna do? Get up and lead a date? We're not gonna do nothing about it.
That's true.
But the way that you answer, it's got to be a lot more strategic. You don't just answer every question just because she asks it.
That's true.
You got to be a little bit more strategic in how it is that you communicate. And I mean, first of all, they're not even in a position to ask. Like, if you kicking it with a woman, let's just say y'all chilling at the little lounge and y'all chilling and she feeling you, and she get into, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say she asks you a question and she like, yo, what's the question, Q?
Are you, well, I'll be very specific. Are you dating anybody in a serious way? Or if y'all have had sex, are you having sex with anybody else? Like, you got to be very specific, because sometimes if you don't say certain words, and men might get out of it or women might get out of it. So are you taking anybody or talking to anybody in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say yes.
Now, what's the next question? Because I'm gonna tell you what she ain't gonna do. She ain't going nowhere.
Facts.
Okay.
Tell that hoe the truth.
Right.
She
Believe
ain't
it or not,
going
they give.
nowhere.
Believe it or not, she actually liked that if you are talking to somebody, because that means that you have some level of desire.
Y'all missing it. Even if you ain't talking to nobody, tell that hoe yes.
Facts.
What? No.
If you're not talking to nobody, y'all missing it. Y'all are missing it. If you're not,
I get why you're saying
nobody,
that.
if you're not talking to nobody, tell her yes, I'm talking to somebody.
Yeah.
That forces her to compete.
It's funny. It's funny. I've heard that from women, right? Because I only talk to one guy at a time, and they were like, "You can't put." This is what they say: "You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't let these men know that you're only invested into them. Like, if they're curious or they want to joke, be like, no, I'm talking, getting to know other people." So you saying that is crazy, because when they said that, I'm like, no, that's dumb. Like,
well, subconsciously, you never make her the priority, so she's always chasing you. You never make her the number one. She got to make you the number one. Somebody going to chase somebody more than the other. It has to be her. It cannot be you. It has to be her. She has to get on your schedule. You don't be that available for her like that, bro.
Facts.
This is a Patreon level game. I can't keep giving y'all all of the secrets. I can't keep giving y'all all of the secrets. I'm busy.
You get the best version of a female, like when she know that it's somebody else in the picture that got your attention. I mean, that's just simple math. Like, if she know that you like another woman, she gonna be on her best behavior. In my personal
it can't be that either, Donald.
Yeah.
Listen. You don't like another woman. You just got people that you interact with because you busy.
No, I agree with you, but I'm saying if she know for a fact, like, let's just say you got a girl. Man, you going, and then the next girl comes in, she's gonna be going above and beyond to be on your program. I would say, like, she gonna be doing backflips in the bedroom. You can call her at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. She with it just because she know that, like, for real, let's just call it what it is. She know that if she don't do it, your other girl gonna do it.
No, she gonna do it, and the other girl gonna do it at the same time in the same room. It's gonna be in the same room.
He's lying now.
It's gonna be in the same room.
Nah, you dragging it down. You dragging it down.
Dog, most women want to be. Jesus Christ, I gotta get off.
The only time a woman's gonna sit up there and tolerate a man like that is if his money looking right.
Y'all are the simpest dudes I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe what I'm hearing right now.
What?
I already told you.
I can't believe it. Wait. Ray, say that one more time.
Which one? What part?
The part you just said.
I said that most of the time, I forgot what I just said.
No, you said to do with money.
Oh, do it with money. Do it with money. Most of the time, women go for, like you said, Nigerian men. In today's climate, Nigerian men, okay? And girls go for that. The cutest ones, because what they want. The best.
Yeah, I can't believe you out here moving
like
this.
It's real tough.
No. This is disappointing. This is disappointing that you believe that you got to spend a bag to be able to get chicks to sleep with each other in the same room with you.
Oh, you talking about? Oh my God.
Chicks?
Ew.
Ray, where you been at, bro? You been in
right
jail?
Here. I've had a threesome before. I've had a threesome before. I ain't never had to pay for nothing.
Quest,
but
I agree with him. I agree, Quest. I agree with you, Quest. This is crazy. You said most of the time women only going for that when you got a bag.
If they dealing with your bullshit. Then you can get two, and you get two chicks at a time. You got two, unless you pimping.
Wait, so how
Unless
did you
you
pimping? How did you get the threesome?
You a big trick. Unless you pimping.
You know, I might just have to have a private live stream with my guys.
You were supposed to do it, Anton. You remember?
But no cameras, because it's
just saying.
No. We need to recalibrate here, because this is.
Teach me something.
I see what the problem is now, but I can't have the conversations that I want to have on a public live stream about this kind of conversation. This is crazy.
Okay.
Well, why?
This is crazy.
Okay.
You said why?
I think it would be cool. Like, some of those men might not want to come out on camera, but it would be cool if you're up there and their cameras are not up, or we can just still hear the dialogue, conversation. We don't have to know the men's name. They can be anonymous and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it would be a cool conversation.
I didn't know that guys didn't believe in themselves like this, to where they've actually y'all don't know the nature of women.
Anton, you already know that. You know that. You know how you know that? On the late lives, when we did a little test of men trying to holler at me and Bella.
No, you know how we really know Q? No, you know how we really know Q? Is that when we in person and we go out and we be in person.
And they're too scared to come
and they talk all of that talk on the panels. And then when me and you show up in person, we see what it's really like. We see what it's really like. Yeah. I see how y'all are in real life. And Q be there to witness it. Q be there to witness it. I see how y'all operating, and I be forgetting, so I be getting back to the money, so I don't even be thinking.
I'll be at the next.
So Anton, but Anton, that falls in line with the concept that a lot of men is not what we think they are. It just falls in line with that. A lot of men don't approach. A lot of men scared to say something to a beautiful woman. So we shouldn't be surprised that a lot of men don't believe that they can get two women. You can sleep with two women and not pay for it.
Ding, ding, ding.
It
just go in line.
Is that y'all don't know that she wants to sleep with you? She wants to do. I can't do it.
I ain't got no confidence. Anton, you supposed to be doing a little men's school. Giving them.
No. I'm gonna let them suffer.
So confidence. Let me get this understanding. So confidence to know that you can have two women right by your side without having no money. Is that the understanding?
Yeah.
There's a lot of confident men that don't got money, or they're lacking in.
Matter of fact, I would do you one better. I would do one better. I will say you out here spending money, and then when she get home after you fed her, she gonna take her doggy bag. Homeboy over there gonna eat the leftovers that you paid for, and he gonna bust her down.
Hey, bro.
It's possible.
Ain't always possible. It happens every day.
That
right.
That's not to the majority of dudes. I would argue.
It happens every day. You're right.
Let me address this. M. Mills says, women of class not going for what Anton is saying. I will tell you that women of class go for it the most. Women of class, of this so-called class, they are the whorest of whores that you've ever seen in your entire life. Let me tell you something.
That's what I'm asking.
Those are the ones.
Where they at?
That have no gag reflex.
Where they at?
Those are the ones.
How would you know?
Those are the ones. Those are the ones that have no gag reflex. Those are the ones.
Gag reflex, huh?
Those are the ones that don't let you. That don't.
That's the answer. What?
You don't need a towel. Let's say it.
Oh God.
I just can't believe that y'all really didn't know this about women. That women are worse than men. Women are way more sexual than men. Women are just scared that you gonna act a certain type of way when she really do what she want to do.
So you're saying married women are out here having threesomes?
Right.
Most married women.
Yes, they are.
I don't know about that.
What?
I don't know. I don't believe that. I hope not.
Where's the stats behind that?
I don't agree with that one.
Yeah, a lot of women we're very territorial. A lot of women are very territorial. We're very We don't want to see our man with another chick.
Now
That's
check this out.
There are women that get turned on by seeing him with another chick.
Now check this out though. I think most dudes that's married is getting hit with the no, not tonight, or I'm not in the mood, or I don't feel like it. I think most dudes in marriage ain't even getting none.
Exactly.
None.
I agree with that.
Barely.
Damn, that sucks.
Barely.
Y'all are so up
Not
under
you
rocks.
per se, but
I'm not saying that this applies to me. What I'm saying is, y'all know this has nothing to do with me. Again, y'all got to remember that I coach a lot of people. So I hear the stories. I'm aware of what goes on. This has nothing to do with me whatsoever. What I'm saying is that the nature of a woman has not changed year after year, time after time, day after day. It's the same thing.
Hey, Anton, I will argue that most females is born in the bedroom.
Man,
Dang.
damn. That's a good conversation.
Lay there, turn around. That's it. If you ask them to ride, they can't do it for more than about 30
they
seconds.
don't want to do it.
Well, that's because they don't go to the gym.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, if a woman ain't in shape, she can't really do nothing in the bedroom. So she wants you to do everything.
Yeah. Just take it. Mm-hmm.
Let me get some of these super chats. Let me read these super chats. Oh yeah, all you need is a woman. Quest, stand down, Anton. Patreon these boys. They don't know no better. Quest, shout out to Quest for holding me down. KO says I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Drake. Andrew Edwards. Don't y'all know that most of these women is sleeping with people for clout? They're not sleeping with them for money. Don't worry about it. What did I walk into? Calm down, Freaky Jason. Rebellious videos in the building says chicks always keep options open for a relationship or not. Spaces said women want men that are desired by other women. That is absolutely a fact. Mr. Fantastic, my dog, said host supremacy is not real. Only the top 5% of women have access to continuous sexless situations. The majority of women is not moving like this. Shout out to my dog. Silhouette says I had to add the extra $5 tithing because Anton preaching. Take this blessing, young preacher. They not hearing you. Cliff Williams said I've had 4 threesomes in my life. All occurred before I started making money. Simple Jack, knock it off, says Anton, no offense, but how you're talking about smutting out 304s really have me apprehensive about you new relationship with Miss Renner. Nah, me and Brittany, we about business. We about that money. We ain't about all of that nonsense. Wiggy Will says, I think dude is playing with y'all. Talking about Donald. Brock said, pass a love offering. Christopher J says, women in a particular tax bracket that also has white collar jobs have seen and done something that you wouldn't believe. Don't ask how I know. Aaron says, shout out to Aaron for holding me down with the 20 ball. Says, facts, Anton, I see no lies, and money isn't as big of a factor as they think.
Facts.
I am not a wild card. Real 81. I am not a wild card, but I appreciate you for contributing to the platform. Most swingers are married couples. You can't be a swinger unless you're really a married couple, really, right?
Most folks are white that be swinging.
No, black people swing like crazy.
Well, who's the majority? White?
Depends on where you at.
They do be swinging.
Holding.
Now, I'm not a sharer, so my chick is for me. I'm very possessive. And that's how you know that I should be absolved from this conversation. However, I know how people moving and the nature of women. And if y'all out here sleep at the wheel, I can't believe what I'm hearing today. I just can't believe it. It's insane. I can't believe y'all asleep at the wheel out here, especially my fellas.
No, but I'm saying who's the majority swinging? Like, who do you see majority swinging, cuckolding? Is it blacks or whites?
Listen, I can't speak to the swinger crowd, right? Because when people hit me with those type of questions when we on these calls, it don't make sense to me, right? Because I'm a possessive type of person. What I'm speaking to is the nature of women in a general sense, right? The nature of women are to be freaky, is to be whores, is to be everything that you would want her to be when you want her to be it. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't really think that people understand that women are way more anything sexual than men can be. Way more.
But it's to our man, like one man, not to you think it's they want to do with a third party?
Yep.
I think
it depends on how that guy unlock her.
I don't know about that.
No, I think like the more a female like you, the more she's willing to do anything to really make you happy. So like if she really like him that much and he say, "Hey, I want to bring another girl," I think she'll be with it. Most females will be.
There are some.
Maybe not you, Q, but most girls will.
And a lot of girls are insecure, so I don't think that. I mean, I don't know.
But I think that insecurity go out the window when she really like that dude.
Really?
No,
and
the
then,
insecurity.
And then that
the
woman
confidence
is
goes up. It's not that the insecurity go out the window. It's the confidence goes up as that guy grooms her to be whatever it is that she needs to be.
Okay.
You can make her whatever you want her to be. She is literally a piece of clay. You can mold her as you see fit if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, she will do everything. Everything. You know how confident it makes a woman. Man. Anyways. Y'all got any other thoughts on this women dating multiple men at a time? Every woman, look.
Just the narrative is just we know that actually we
watch
seen it on
this.
the camera.
We'll do this as we continue to go through and slice up these talking points. Because I got some other things I want to discuss. Any lady in the chat that disagrees with me, come on the panel and tell me.
I'm already
Come on
here.
up, I gotta go feed the boy. Thank you guys for having me.
No, I did disagree with you. The whole
What do you
threesome.
disagree with?
And I have someone else on it regarding a lot of women. We're very hard on ourselves. We're insecure. Like, of course, I hear y'all. We might open this stuff up to try different things, but bringing another person into your man, we're already territorial. We're already emotional, right? And I think most women going to what Donald was saying, we're going to do anything. They're not thinking, oh, we're going to bring another woman in because we're going to be like, oh, why he want her? Like, we're going to, and then let's say at the mid act, oh, she's outperforming me. They're going to something going to come from it. I don't think most women are thinking, oh, let me just go to threesomes automatically.
Most women haven't been unlocked, Q.
Okay.
No, I don't.
The orgasm thing, the orgasm, a lot of women haven't had orgasms either. So
most women have not been unlocked. They have not been with the right dude to bring it out of them. And so you're only that way because you've been conditioned to be that way from your previous relationships. The other side of this conversation, and shout out to an honest citizen, the other side of this conversation is that once you unlock, you can't put that genie back in a bottle, so you got to be careful because you can't go back.
That is true.
You can't go back to unseeing it. It's going to take a lot of effort to subject yourself to a normal situation once you get into a space where you need that stability. If the guy that you with is not if he's not that guy.
Can you put a poll up for women? Because I'm just really curious. I've never really heard women saying, oh, we want to have threesomes with our husband, like your husband. I'm
about to put an anonymous poll up in the chat.
Men, please don't answer.
Men, do not answer. Only let the women answer. What do you want it to say, Q?
Are they open to have a threesome with their husband? Bringing a chick with their husband. If he
well, you can't say it with their husband because we don't know how many of them married. So
okay,
I'll stand down and let another lady come up. I gotta go feed my guy. I appreciate you guys having me on, Anton, Donald, Tim, and Island Gal Q. Appreciate you guys.
All right.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop down as well, Anton.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate.
I don't know if y'all are married or anything, and your woman was like,
"Can we sports talk back?"
Huh? And she wanted
back
to have
this Tuesday.
Oh, he left. But if he wanted to have she wanted to have a threesome and bring another woman into the circle, would you want to do it?
I just put the poll up. It's anonymous, ladies. Don't worry. We can't see who wrote. James Wingate says, I have watched married white or black women pick up. What is SW?
Pick up some women.
Swingers in a bar. I know pretty girls that have been taken home by a couple.
I mean, yeah,
and
it
the
does
whites
happen.
pick her up.
It does happen.
82% said no.
Exactly. Most women, we want to share.
But Q, what I'm trying to tell you is that most women don't know what they don't want. They don't know.
Until it's happened, yeah.
They don't know until they're in the situation. Most women don't have no clue what it is that they want.
Yeah, it's a lot of things women say they won't do until they get with a man that they like. They end up doing.
She would never do it. I mean, and
who?
Rita, your wife. She said she would never do it.
Yeah, because I've made her what I want her to be.
Okay, so you don't think a lot of women are thinking that? Like they wouldn't want to bring someone else in?
First of all, we already at 25%, so that's a large amount. Kaylin.
Yo.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Hey,
I don't fully disagree, and I want to use discretion because I want to tell all of my business. But you are right. When the right man unlocks you or brings that out of you, it's possibilities are endless. Now, I still have my morals. I still have my scruples, and he knows
and that's
this.
what y'all struggle with because you grew up conditioned to think a certain type of way, and so when it's all said and done, you're gonna be like, "Oh, but God is gonna get me," and all that type of stuff, right? But go ahead, go ahead. I'm listening, Kaylin.
It's the core Christian values. I'm not gonna sway away from that. I'm not. It's certain things that I'm not going
because
to
I
do.
know the nature of what y'all think. Oh my God,
what
is my mother gonna think about me? Go ahead.
Would you do a threesome?
Oh, wait. Let Kaylin. So wait a minute. So go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's really all I had to say. Like I agree, but like I said, to a certain extent, it's certain. Like I think if you have, now I say a woman that don't have any type of like it's no holds bars, like yes, daddy, whatever you like.
Intentional millionaire. I'm gonna pull you down since you're about to leave. Go ahead, Kaylin.
Oh, but if if she, yes, daddy, whatever you like, hop on one foot, bark like a dog. Oh yeah, possibilities are endless. But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, not to that extent, but yeah, I agree. It's real out here.
I know it's real.
So, where you would do a threesome?
She can't share her business.
She can't share.
Yeah. I mean, a female not
I will say no. It's
she answered. She said no.
Okay, watch this. Go ahead, Kaylin.
No, I just said no. It's come up. But yeah, he knows it's off limit. But I also
hold on, let me remove this. Let me remove this dude. Hold on, I'm gonna put him in the box.
I'm curious to see if what you said.
Kaylin.
Oh, Kaylin. I'm sorry. I have a friend named Kaylin.
No, cool.
Why was it off limits to you?
Because I don't like to share.
Thank you.
And I'm not. And my whole thing is, okay, I feel like, and like I explained to him, I will share this part of the conversation. Like I explained to him, all right, if you want to get busted out and we're going to run a train on you, fine, but I ain't going to have no woman licking on my back. I ain't carping much. I'm not doing that. But if we going to bust you down, that's cool. We going to run a train on you, fine. But I'm not doing the threesome dynamic.
So, but you said that you willing to work with another chick on him though, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't for that. He wanted the whole.
But the point is that you were willing to do it though, right?
Nah, I was just talking stuff.
Listen. I get it. I understand that you got to reserve yourself. You got to reserve yourself as a result of what it is that we got going on the panel, and I'm cool. But Q, did it prove my point or no?
No, it didn't, because
it literally just proved my point.
Wait. Women. Sorry, go ahead.
I believe it proves the point because, as I stated, I was unlocked. I thought about it. Like, you might not, in the end, you might not do it, but at least a woman will be with a man that will unlock that curiosity or make her explore. Like, man, am I really? do I really want to do this?
I mean,
I'm never.
Hey,
Wait
what's
a
your
minute.
IG?
A lot of stuff. I
Am I
think
willing
about
to do this?
on more, but I know it's not going to happen realistically. It's the fact that it didn't happen.
Why you won't just say that it proved my point?
No, because me and her agree. We're territorial. A lot of women are territorial. We don't want to see.
She just said she would do it.
But what I'm saying is
let
that
her explain it, Q.
Sorry. What I'm saying is that it unlocked the thought. Most women are, no, absolutely not. No, But I was.
Which means specifically, and it proves my point that a lot of women didn't know what they didn't know until that right dude brought it out of her.
I mean,
and so what happened is once you unlocked her, then she was like, wait a minute, this ain't so bad. And she literally said that, yo, we will both perform for you if that's what you want.
She didn't say that. She didn't say that.
She did say it.
No, I said run the train, bust them down.
See?
And then what did he say? He said no. But question, let's see if your husband.
But she just said that she would do it.
Wait, no, she kind of went back. So if he agreed to that, would you? Because I know a lot of times us women will say stuff because we want to see how he reacts, or we know he won't agree to that. The whole running a train in a man, men don't hear that. Train is supposed to be done on a woman. So
You're
I'm
missing
asking
what I'm saying, Q.
Hold on, but I know, but I'm asking you, if he would have said yes, would you have done it?
Oh, girl, I ain't never thought about that. Probably not, because I BS all day long and I like to
Stop
talk.
lying. You probably got a couple of little threesomes under your belt. Stop lying. It's 2022, bro. Stop, man.
And you know the only thing that's
You know what? It's 2022, Mr. Logic, but it's a lot of women out here that still got some scruples and got some morals about
you know the only thing that's keeping her
man,
from doing it, you know the only thing that even keep her remotely in a space to where she won't go down that path if he decided, if the right dude unlocks him, you know, only thing is the fact that they don't want to look crazy. You know, they'd be like, oh my God, like my morals or whatever.
It's not about looking crazy. We don't want, honestly, I don't care what unlocking all this stuff gotta do.
It's the looking crazy and the look. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I'll go.
She's telling you everything I'm saying.
No, she not. She agreed with me. She said she was territorial. She said she wouldn't do it. They opened her mind up. The end of the day, we can see a lot of stuff in TV and be like, oh, that looks cool. We might try.
Kaylin, is it the looking crazy part that the only thing that will be keeping you?
Yeah.
Exactly. She's worried about what other people gonna think about her.
No, it's not for other, but no, looking crazy at the aspect of not other people, but it's more so of, okay, if this don't work out, then I didn't really did all this with somebody that he could air me out. I don't want nobody.
But I got a question for you, then, man. Okay. What's your name?
Kaylin.
Caitlin. All right, how you doing, Caitlin? I'm Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Hey,
no, you're Logic. Stop doing it. Stop the cat.
Okay, all right, that's a skill I do. All right, but look, I talk to multiple women.
Okay.
And the normal consensus of, if I tell them, if I can say right now, I can put you in a relationship with 3 other women, that y'all net value or y'all yearly income would be $1 million. And then they be like, "Oh, for real? What?" But I don't tell them the 3 other women yet, right? I said, I'm gonna put you in a relationship where you would net $1 million. They said, sign me up, right? And I said, okay, I got to put you with other women. And you know what they say to me? Well, I don't know what my mama gonna think about that. My homegirl's gonna look at me different. This and this and this and this and this. It all goes down to it that, like I said, it's about the image. Y'all worried about what other people gonna think about y'all. Cause if y'all run around that were like looking like Brother Polite, you know what I'm saying? Y'all look at them and say, "Oh, them women so dumb," but they living good. Like y'all are really. Go ahead, Q.
You said that, but if it's me and my husband in the room, who am I trying to impress that I care that much, right? Out there. Like,
But Q, y'all do it anyway. Y'all walk around the hotel's room naked. I mean, hell, Y'all, and then half of the time when y'all, and now, I'm not might be talking about you exclusively, but on the Lapeef panel, we done heard women that said they done had these little ding dings in Vegas and Miami. Am I right, Anton?
Yeah.
They doing it anyway. They just not getting the benefits of it.
So for me, I can only speak for myself, not all women. I wouldn't that situation you're talking about with Brother Polite, they subscribe to a whole nother moral value system. I believe I have core Christian values. So I don't care if you say I'm gonna be netting $1 million a year. I'm not going to share my husband or my partner with other women just to get this money. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be an industrious woman, and I'm gonna make sure that if he trying to get the bag, I'm gonna make sure that he's in an environment where we can get the bag and we can all live comfortable. But based on my values, that's not enticing to me. The same thing with the whole threesome things, this, that, and the third. I'm more open-minded in my conversation to hear it out and have dialogue and discuss the different options. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna do it because I hold my morals and my values very, very high. I'm just open-minded enough to have an intelligent conversation and not say, I can't.
Hey,
I'm not
Kaylin, you ever seen what $1 million look like in person?
I have.
You seen cash and $1 million?
Yes.
And you chilling off that, right?
Stop. What? Hold up. I got one more caveat. What if I tell you that he was gonna still be with 3 other women anyway? You just not gonna reap the benefits of it. Cause that's what we see. They gonna still go out there, have they side chicks. Now you're in a position that you got a husband, that he's out there with the 3 other chicks. You're just not reaping the benefits of it. Your household is not reaping the benefits of it. And if you
So
look at it, a man of any kind of substantial value, most of the women know they're getting cheated on. And they'll say, well, if I don't know, I don't care. But why don't you reap the benefits of it?
So when you say he has side chicks, okay, does he have multiple women that he's taking care of their households, or he just busting them down and coming back?
He busting down and coming back.
That's a different story than what you're saying, because it's not joining incomes. He not putting this money
I know
over
that's what I'm saying. The same thing that's occurring of sharing your man. You still sharing your man. You're just not reaping the benefits of sharing your man. So that actually, if you share him and you say you cool with him going out there and doing it, long as you don't know about it, right? Isn't that kind of insane that you say, hey, look, instead of you going out there and fucking these hoes for free, right? Why don't we come and bring these hoes in and we combine these resources? And then now, not only is it resources, it's opening up time for you. You yourself will not have time to do a lot of stuff that you want to do that you couldn't afford to do time-wise with just being you. I told you, I had my kids in Korea for 3.5 years. That is the most stressful shit ever, to do that by yourself. I don't wish that shit on nobody. That's why I don't really have smoke for single women as far as the job they do, because if they doing it right, it's stressful. I had to wake up. I was used to waking up like 30 minutes before I go to work. I had to wake up an hour, and I get off of work. I want to goddamn pull up and shit, and I can't because I got to read a goddamn little nigga a book. That shit's stressful. And I got to make sure I couldn't just DoorDash all the time. Cooking, attention, playing with little niggas. It is stressful. So I'm saying, why don't we have that community or that tribal type environment within our household? It makes more sense, because if you worried about sharing him sexually, you doing it anyway.
That's a very compelling argument, very persuasive.
All right, hit me up, Mr. Logic underscore.
So you coming to get this? You coming to get this million or what?
I'm not convinced.
Yeah,
I'm not.
That's a yes. That's a
You was
yes.
not convinced about it.
I'm not convinced.
Think about it.
You convinced.
If the answer was
look.
no, she would have said hell no.
Hey, Anton, she like them old
Kaylin, are
school
you in a
cartoons.
relationship?
What'd you say?
Are you in a
You
relationship
heard
right
him.
now?
You heard him. You heard
Actually,
him.
no, I didn't hear him because Logic was talking. Stay over there. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not currently in a relationship.
So have you been in a relationship with somebody else since you've been with the guy that's unlocked you?
No.
Is it a specific reason? Are you like trying not to be in another relationship right now? You chilling? You working? What's the reason?
I'm chilling. I'm trying not to be in a relationship right now. I'm chilling. I'm working.
How's life treating you? Everything is good?
Yeah, life is good.
So are you in the Midwest? Are you in the South? Like in a general sense? Because I don't want to give too much of your information out.
I'm in the Midwest.
You coming to the next meetup in the Midwest?
I'm actually not a part of the Bachelor, so I don't know when the next meetup is, but I'll definitely come.
You gonna come through?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I like
Anton K. Kendrick K. brother.
No, I just want to know if she was coming to the meetup. I'm curious to what her thoughts are. I want to speak with her in person in real life. I want to get that. You know what I'm saying? I want to get her perspective in one-on-one. I think you would move differently if you was put in a certain position.
Absolutely. I don't know. I'm comfortable with saying where I'm in Michigan, northern Michigan, so it's a little bit different.
You in Michigan?
Yeah, I'm in Michigan.
How far are you away from Detroit?
I'm like 100 miles.
You about 100 miles? Oh, that ain't far.
Yeah,
you right up the street.
I'm moving to Michigan.
Send me an email. You got my email address?
Anton. Ooh.
Anton Daniels 413.
AntonDaniels.com.
Anton Daniels 413@gmail.com.
413. Okay, yeah.
I want you to come to the studio. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be cooking up. We got it's gonna be a lot of people, or it's gonna be some people here, maybe not. We don't know. And then we're gonna have the drinks, we're gonna pull up, we're gonna have a good time, we're gonna have good conversations, and then we're gonna kick it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hey, I'm coming too. I'll be there too.
When you coming through, Logic?
You tell me when the grand opening is, I'll book my ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's Detroit though. So you got them little niggas that can't talk, them little crazy ass rappers. So I had to bring my gun. So I got to figure
you
out.
ain't gotta have no gun here, bro. I got your back.
All right, good then. I'm pulling up.
It's gonna change your life. Rosenad says, does Logic got a crush on Pearly White, and should white men come on the panel?
Oh my God. Hold on. Why you wait, hold on. I got a question for that time. Why you didn't want to talk about the green room?
The who? No, we can't talk about it. We can't talk about the green room.
Well, I did it anyway on the live.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, I did it on the beginning of the Lapeef live.
Not really. You didn't really go into detail. So. All
right. Then I'll let it go.
You didn't do it in detail. But no, so let me ask y'all a question. And we didn't even answer this question, to be honest with you. Are white women triggering to black women?
Yes.
Why?
Because they were raised differently. Most of them, even if they were not raised in a 2-parent household, they were raised to be submissive and docile. Black women were raised to be strong, get to the money, don't worry about no man. I look at it from the standpoint of the sororities. I think you talked about this before. White sororities is rush. They have their meet and greets. They all about, okay, you'll look good with that man. You'll look good with that one. The black women's all about women empowerment. Get your degree, girl. Some white girls I know, white and black, they might not have graduated, but they got a husband. Black women, they just want to, it's all about getting to the bag, getting the money, being self-sufficient. So I think that's the intimidating portion, because it's they're getting our men because what they have. I don't think it's just because they take it in every hole. It's because they're more pliable.
They're more like women.
Hey, Shannon in the chat. Shannon, you know where I'm at. Pull up, Shannon.
I also think that, I mean, we're talking about YouTube in general?
No, in life.
I mean, I don't maybe because they think white women are privileged, you know, because this prime example. If a black man dates a white woman, black women don't like that. But if a black woman dates a white man, they okay with that. So I think
I don't like it either. I don't like it either way. I said I don't like it.
Wow.
I believe in people dating whoever they want to date. Just don't down other races. Like if you want to date white chicks, Asian chicks, go do that. Just don't be like, oh, all black women are this. Oh, all Asians are this. They stink. Da 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 da. Date who you want to date. Like, dang, why is it a big problem? But on this platform, we were having a conversation earlier. And I kind of understand it if it's about black topics. They were saying that white women shouldn't talk about it. They shouldn't talk about that regarding black topics. So I kind of understand that standpoint. Really, I really don't care.
But how do you explain to me what sense does it make to exclude somebody from the conversation? Because now, in the same breath, these are the same black people that's saying they should not be excluded for certain conversations.
True, because we be talking about white people. Like, I be talking about white people.
I know. So how does it make sense? If we see, this is the thing. We want to be included, but we want to be the main ones to not include someone else. Mm-hmm. We want to go to the Grammys, but we don't want niggas to go to the BET Awards. You see what I'm saying? We want to be able to say you white, honky and all that kind of stuff, but how dare you call me a nigga? So it's like, look, when we have that mentality, we seem so like, I don't know, we ain't got no backbone. And to address what she said when she answered Anton's question, it was like, if black women know that, everything you say about the whole concept of, you know what I'm saying, them being fearing white women or whatever the case may be, if black women know it, and black men tell them that exact same thing, you know the first thing that black women say? I don't care. You can't tell me nothing.
Check me, boo.
Yeah, who gonna check me, boo? So like, but if y'all know it, that's intentional. So you're no longer a victim now. If you know based on what you just said, y'all know exactly what y'all doing, and y'all know the hazards it is when it's regarding black men. Why do y'all continue to do it and live by that code?
I mean, I've encountered.
Well, it wasn't you. It was the lady underneath me. She had that saying.
Caitlin.
Well, ain't no names on here.
I can put the names on there if y'all want me to.
No, it's good. I mean, I'll just call it the girl in the brown shirt.
No, she the pretty girl in the brown shirt.
Oh, okay.
Caitlin,
yep,
I like your skin.
Hey, let me answer Anton first. Well, are you going to answer logic question?
I'm sorry, you were so long-winded. I wasn't even paying attention.
I asked you if y'all know if what you said is true, and y'all know it, and y'all know the hazards that's associated with it. Nobody can tell y'all, but if y'all know it, why do y'all still continue to accept that?
Hazards that are associated with what? I'm sorry, like I really.
Yeah, you must be checked out. Somebody just DM you. You got
what's up, Coach K?
I'm multitasking.
Okay,
I mean,
go.
Are you talking about when I was talking about how black women are basically how we were raised? Is that what you're saying? If we know that that's detrimental, why do we still continue to do it?
Yes.
Because we don't know any other way. We're not. I can say for me, I just recently, and sometimes I struggle with going in and out of that mindset. It's more so when you don't have any other examples, or when you're so programmed to do something, it's hard to drop a habit.
So kind of like being 16-year-old having a baby and seeing other 16-year-old have babies around you, and you know the circumstances that you know the outlook, you know the aunties that did the same thing, and you see their outcome, but you still tell yourself that this is not going to be my outcome, even though that stats and people tell you different.
Yes.
So isn't that being childish? Isn't that being childlike?
It is being childish. It is being childlike. And you have to be conscious and you have to have it at the forefront of your mind not to be that way until you can develop a habit of not being that way. It takes time. Just like it takes time to do it. And you have
No.
to.
Hey, Kaylin. It's okay, because listen, it's okay if you childlike in the presence of the person that you can be a child in front of.
Terrorist Harbor.
No, it is. And
But,
what
no, I mean, I think he was saying this childish.
let me ask you a question. Don't you want to let go all of the just let your hair down and proverbial hair down and just kind of just be comfortable, just be you, just kind of rock out and not worry about the ebbs and the flows of what happens in life, and you can just
absolutely.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want
and
to?
that's like, it's being childlike.
Right, but
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I think he was referring to being in that mindset of not wanting to break the cycle, having that old habit, holding on to that old toy per se, being childish in that aspect. If you hold on to that behavior and you know it's still giving you the same result, in a way that's being childish, you have to adopt a new behavior.
And you know the biggest thing that I saw from last night, Anton? It showed black women willingness not to accept blueprints, workable blueprints. They will always make an excuse that it's a race thing instead of saying, hey, they're doing this over here. It's working. Why we can't get out of our feelings and accept a working blueprint? They will make it a race thing instead of just saying, no, they're doing something that works. Why can't we accept a working product?
Yeah, that's true. Because I didn't like how B. Taylor brought up I don't remember whose husband asking, okay, are you married? I mean, is he white? Like that had nothing to do with the point that was being discussed, right? So
Wow.
I mean, I think upbringing has to do a lot with it. Hi, Rita.
Hey.
Hi, Rita. Hi,
Rita.
Rita. Hi, Rita.
Move logic. I can't see Rita. Is it cold in Detroit? Yeah, so I didn't like that. Like everything doesn't have to be a race thing. Like upbringing is totally different, but yeah, I didn't like that either. Because I don't know why she brought that up. Because that had nothing to do with it. But
yeah, but white people like what white people is because white people have tribes, and then that's why they don't get the same results of the people that's in the trailer parks because they have tribes, they accept it, they stick to it, and then they establish a moral code for their own tribes. These dudes, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, half of these, they know these white chicks get buffed down. You know what I'm saying? I told you, you could dump a whole bucket of cum on them. But they know they tribe won't accept them getting pregnant without no kind of nothing. Our women will get pregnant with no kind of nothing. And they'll make these decisions without even their parents. The white people, before they make their decision, they call their mama, they call their daddy, they call their uncles, they call everybody. They're tribal. We're not. And if we take anything from any other culture, especially in the United States, we need to become more tribal. We need to leave the niggas in the hood. We need to separate ourselves from them because they don't have our best interest. And to be honest with you, because everybody else see we're not tribal, that's why they lump all of us in one thing. We need to goddamn have the bag chaser tribe, and we need to have a fucking tag. So now police, we ride by with a bag chaser tag. Police say, okay, no, he good. He ain't goddamn drinking and driving. He ain't smoking weed. He part of the bag chasers. That's what white people got.
I mean, you're right about the bus down because in college, them white chicks was going way worse than the black chicks. I went to a white college, so to that point. But do you think that on YouTube, right? We hear about the passport bros and all that, and when women of different cultures or different races come on the platform, do you think black women don't like that because they hear this from men saying, you know, other cultures are, other women are this, our women are that, Black women are that. Like, do you think that might be an issue because they're so used to hearing this on YouTube, like Black women aren't good enough type of rhetoric? So when a woman of a different race comes on the platform, you know, sometimes you can kind of feel the animosity a little. Do you think it's because of that?
Nah, I'm gonna just say what it really is. It's come from being insecure, number one, and not having no confidence. If you really believe in yourself, you really know what your value is. You don't give a fuck what nobody of any race has to say, because you know what you bring to the table, and you know your own value, and you know that you actually believe in yourself. So you could be a Black woman, let's just say, you know, you're a traditional submissive woman. You know, you don't open your legs for any man that you're not in a relationship with. And let's just say a white woman comes around you and she starts giving you advice. If you're a woman that's confident in yourself, you believe in yourself, you know you're not a hoe, you know you're a good traditional woman, you're not going to be triggered by nothing that she says, because you know that you are a good woman. But if you know that you actually doing the whole shit that they speak about, then yeah, of course you're gonna get triggered, because you actually participating in what they speaking on.
Exactly. He hit on the head, and I'm gonna elaborate on it a little bit. He hit on the head. The problem that Black women have with these other women is because they know that they possess the qualities that men desire, and then they don't have it. The reason we got these loud Black bitches on these panels, the reason they get scared is because of, guess what? They know that you're going to get a soft, submissive white woman, or soft, submissive Southeast Asian woman, or they know that everything that we say we want our Black women to be, them white women came up there and they possessed them qualities. How many times you saw one of them chicks? How many times you saw one of them chicks cut us off?
They didn't.
They didn't. But now, how many times you heard one of them chicks, even in a disagreement, that say, I don't care what you say. Who gonna check me, boo? The Black women ain't stupid. They know the qualities that the men are looking for, but they saying, you know what? Let me shame them into even looking at these women, so now they would not look at them as a viable option. So now I can do what I want to do. Who gonna check me, boo? But now with the Passport Brother movement, all these other movements, well, these white hoes gonna check you because they did last night.
So that's when the manipulation comes in. That's when they say, you're not a strong enough man to handle a strong woman like me. Like, motherfucker, I don't want your strong ass bitch. I want a soft woman. The fuck is you talking about?
Hey, did you see the live last night?
Yeah, I seen it.
Did you see, like, look, just the basic presence, right? That's what them Black women was intimidated of. And then they can do that. You don't got to get on them panels and be a fucking wildebeest. You can be chill. You can be relaxed. You see Q does it. She get praised for it. She said
I'm sorry, I gave it to B. Taylor though. But B. Taylor, right? She's not like what the other Black chicks were used to on panels. She can disagree and not be, oh, who gonna check me, or be disrespectful in certain wordage. So I give her that. Like, we're not used to that. So
you missed one thing in that live though, Q. You missed one thing in that live. I don't know if Anton caught this, but I'm finna be messy Q for an hour.
What did I catch?
B. Teller, any kind of heated debate, she started looking at her phone.
Yeah,
and she was looking at her phone. Did you hear what she said before she said she was set up?
No.
That some Black girls was texting her or something like that.
Black girls was blowing her phone up, telling her she was set up.
Yeah.
See, it might not have been, she was getting contact by terrorists. Al-Qaeda had hacked her phone and was communicating with her, putting these thoughts in her head. So now she felt like she had to be on the defense, because for some strange reason, what's she gonna do? Defend the fallen Black bitches?
Let's be honest though. We kind of already knew who probably was texting her. Let's be honest.
But let me throw her some rope though, right?
But
one thing that y'all not taking into consideration is that regardless of what her views were, she was not disrespectful on the panel.
Exactly. That's what I just
So
said. She
I
wasn't.
can't say anything negative about her because even though I don't make,
I disagree,
I can't
Anton.
say anything negative about her because even though I didn't agree with the things that she said, she wasn't disrespectful though.
Yeah,
She was.
Yep.
She was.
but that's what
She
I'm
was
saying,
doing.
Anton. That's the impact. That's the impact of other black hyenas.
Yeah.
She was
See,
throwing
she
shots at
was.
Pearl though. Y'all can't say she wasn't
I
being
mean, but,
disrespectful.
okay, she was throwing shots at Pearl, but we all throw shots at each other. But it was still in a respectful type of manner,
Yeah.
Correct.
not what we're used to on other Thursday panels, right?
This is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was respect. I would say it's just because she
Yeah.
didn't call her out her name or nothing. She was disrespectful in a calm demeanor. So
No,
that's still
she was
disrespectful.
No,
not disrespectful.
she was deflecting. She was deflecting more than anything. She
But
wasn't
that,
disrespectful.
regardless of whatever our opinion is of her, she wasn't disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
exactly.
by saying to a woman, "Oh, I mean, are you married or where did your parents come from?" Or that's not disrespectful.
No,
No, that
Y'all
was
make
deflecting.
that's
That
not
was deflecting.
disrespectful. I mean,
She was losing the argument.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
all right, so I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna catch y'all up in y'all contradiction. So if us men say to a woman, "Are you married?" and all this, is it not gonna be looked at as
I
disrespect?
literally just did it with Kay Lena right there.
No, but what I'm saying is it not going to be not by us, but like by people like onlookers? Are they not going to look at it as disrespect if you speak to a woman like that?
No.
Depends on the context of the question.
Yeah, but some women, Donald, but you're right. Some women do take it offensive, right?
Right.
So it depends who it's coming from, the tone. Some women do take it offensive, but if you're single, you're single. Like, why you getting
No,
mad?
I mean, if somebody say, Anton, what makes you think you know about what's going on with single people? You married, aren't you? No, or if they say, aren't you married? That's not disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's just forcing me to qualify my argument, which they may or may not be right? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's disrespectful.
Yeah. What she was trying to do is she was trying to deflect to use to disqualify Pearl from the conversation. That's all she was trying to do. The analogy Anton just used, if we're talking about relationships, and I do it a lot to him sometimes too. Because I mean,
It's valid. I mean, it's fair. It's fair game.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons that it's fair game is because I bring it into the forefront as far as saying whatever it is that, like, people can choose to say, listen, I don't want to talk. Pearl did it last night. She said, yo, I don't talk about my personal relationships online. She just completely deaded the argument. I choose to bring it into the forefront as a part of who it is that I am. So people can question me on it. Why can't they?
Yeah. Maybe, you know why it's not only because we're used to a different temperature on Thursday. And to us, that's acceptable. To us, me, Taylor, you did a good job. Like, regarding
I agree with you. Like, I know we all got tough skin, but what I'm saying, other people that's looking on is gonna be like, that's disrespect.
I mean, that's on them.
Yeah.
We don't
But see, the thing is, the if you look at it, if she had no connection to the zoo, it would have been a different outcome. But the zoo was contacting her throughout that stream, pumping her up. They was pumping her up. Her connection to the zoo was pumping her up. I'm telling you. And before the show even started, the zoo was in contact with her.
Yeah,
And outside of the zoo, we probably would have had the true B teller that I would have liked to see.
The reason she did that is because she was trying to, I mean, I'll just take it off her. What you're trying to do is make yourself the victim. Therefore, like, you don't got to be accountable for the shit that you're saying, basically. Because it's like, oh no, they set you up. You know, it was a setup. You don't feel bad about what you were saying. They was trying to put you in the trap. And so if she was,
panel. I mean,
three. But you know why that's not really her nature that I can tell. Cause a real ratchet hood hyena would have kept that to herself. See, she said it. She was like, well, I've been getting messages from black women all night. And I was like, damn, I want to say so bad. Put a name on it. You know what I'm saying? I've been getting messages from hyenas all night. And they've been telling me that this was a setup. See, that was She's not a seasoned hyena.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I think she was good for the conversation.
Oh no, she definitely was. Definitely. You need. That's why I come up here.
I don't like her like I would actually hang out with her or nothing like that. But I liked her. I've never heard of her before, so she wasn't. That was that's JR's pick. So
you need people that's gonna disagree because it made the conversation good. That's why I come up here and put my cape on.
But you don't want people that's gonna disagree for the sake of disagreeing. I want people that to authentically give us their perspective on whether or not they agree or disagree.
Yeah, she was good.
The difference.
Like two other chicks was like too quiet. Well, shit, I'm be quiet on the panel, so it don't really matter.
I mean, I don't know. I don't that date multiple dudes thing. I don't know about that, bro. That was crazy to me.
We've heard that before, though. We've had the discussion on the panel before, and
I just don't understand why women think that makes sense, though.
But I could tell you why though, because think about if a woman if we being real, it's very hard for a woman to spot the red flags and see some things that's gonna come. So for her, it's just like, okay, let me just date these 5 dudes and let me just pick the best one out of these 5 dudes. Because she'll say, and in the back of her mind, she'll say is, well, I gave myself a fair chance. I dated multiple dudes, and this was the best one out of all of these dudes. That's how they look at it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how they look at it.
I didn't gather that from what the small part that I saw. I heard may the best one win, as in I got this one. Not really may the best one. I got this one over here for Tuesday night. I got another one over here for Thursday night. I got one over here for the light bill. I got one over here for the water bill. It was more so like juggling multiple personalities.
But at the end, she said that she's gonna commit once one of those dudes show her loyalty or commitment back in return. Well, show her commitment.
Yeah, so she's only gonna commit to a man once he commits to her first.
Well, what man would commit to a woman who's vetting multiple men at the same time?
Yeah, most men will.
Most men don't know if women are talking to multiple men like that. They're not gonna know that.
You know what? If I was to be dating a chick, right, and then me and her going on a date, we feeling each other out, and I were to see her with another dude, you know what what I'm going down to in my mind? Straight bust down mode.
But look though, Logic, you gotta take yourself out of your own perspective and go to the average man perspective. The average man, like, oh, she look good, she got a nice butt, she's showing me some attention, she may want to have sex with me. He gonna be like, oh shit, I'm all in. I don't like that's how most dudes think. If the right girl show him a little bit of attention, he all in. He gonna ignore all the red flags, and then next thing you know, he been with her for about 3-4 years now. He got a child by her, and then he complaining, talking about, man, these hoes ain't shit. My baby mother ain't shit. This and that. But it's like,
but see, we gotta be honest though. That's why I think that it was important that people like we tell her. She'll say things, but she'll tell men what they think. She'll tell men what they want. Like, ideally, if I see you on a date with a dude, I'm assuming the worst. I'm assuming you're getting bust down. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, I mean, and that's any dude. If you was to see me, watch this. If you was to see me at the Capital One building with a chick that you went out with, and we're in there taking shots, getting fucked up, we eating good, you telling me you're gonna be like, look at this hoe. I was just out with her yesterday. You telling me you're gonna say, oh no, she's vetting that man. No. I'm telling you, women don't vet. Women get vetted.
Yeah, so but what I'm saying,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm saying you thinking from your perspective. I'm saying the average dude don't think like that. He like, man, she look good. It is what it is. I'm gonna take her out. She liked me a little bit. We had some sex, and I'm all in. That's how the average, especially the average dude that's not getting no girls, he all in when that one girl shows him.
But see, that's crazy because then you contradicting yourself. Because I didn't see dudes literally getting in a fight that the chick they was dating, they saw somebody else date them. I see it all the time at the club. Yeah. That's how fights start. Chicks vetted multiple men at the same time, and then somebody like, oh man, ain't you dating that chick? He's like, yeah. He probably couldn't fuck. The other dude probably couldn't fuck. But the perception of it, that's how fights get started.
I don't know what type of women y'all dealing with.
Yeah,
Where are y'all finding these jigaboos?
No, but that's if you ever see a fight between two men, and if you see a woman involved in it, she's actually communicating with both of them men.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If if you dealing with a chick, I can never even put myself in a situation because I can't even imagine it. If you dealing with a chick and she get caught up or she for the streets, ain't no need in getting mad at let her go. I mean, let her be for the street. That's who she is. Like, she not yours. It's just your turn.
But Anton, how you expect the dude to let a girl go? And that probably been the only girl showing him some attention in the last fucking year.
Cool. Then that means that you need to get your reps up. It's the same. Listen, it's the same thing when it comes to did your gym get closed? Did the basketball location get closed where you was at? That's the only place that you've been hooping at for. Go find another court, homie.
Not get your reps up.
I mean, I'm saying you're going to have to go and find another court. Go find another gym. Go, you know what I'm saying? If this location ain't popping, then you move to a different city. We make adjustments in every single thing that we do in our life. If this job closed, that's the only job you ever worked at, are you going to stop working or are you going to go get another job somewhere else? No, you're going to go get another bag. So why are we tripping over these? Why are you tripping over women? For some reason, we remove the requirements when it comes to being successful in relationships from life experiences. And any life experience, it's the same thing. If they saying that we closing this job or y'all getting laid off, you're not just going to sit and be like, oh, man. You don't go in there and get mad at the employer and then just stand around in the front door and just get mad. You go and get another job.
Yeah. And that's my point. Ain't no man. That's what I'm telling. I was trying to explain to B. Teller. If he find out in any kind of capacity that you're vetting multiple men, he's not going to take you serious because he's going to assume the worst. He's not going to take you serious. And then now, like I said, if I see it happening, okay. I'm not finna fight no dude over it. But guess what? My Rolodex gonna stay full. And then now they just move up to tier 1, tier 2,
it's
tier 3.
So many women out and about every day, every single city that we hit. New York, DC, Atlanta, Miami, Dallas, Vegas, Los Angeles. Yo, it's just women everywhere. And they're waiting to go home with you and talk to you and marry you and kick it with you and suck on you and pull on you and do everything that you want to do. I'm not understanding what the problem is.
They want to bust down hoes.
No,
it's them there too.
I don't think you get the point. It ain't a problem for men. It's a problem for her. Because she wonder why she's not getting the results. Because women is not made to be vetting all these dudes at one time because we're going to automatically assume the worst.
Every bar that we done been to, every location and we go, wherever we are, they everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
I don't understand what the problem are. In the morning when we go out to breakfast and at night when we go to the bar, no matter where we go, there's women everywhere kicking it in groups, fleets.
I mean, do you think it's a men's fault or the women's fault?
I think it's a guy's fault if he getting caught up with a chick emotionally in which he can't move on and go and get another one. Literally. Listen, if you get dumped at 10, by 11:30, you should be back on your feet, back in the mix with another chick.
But I don't think that's the argument, Anton. The argument is the effectiveness of women vetting multiple men at the same time.
I get that part. Yeah. I just also want to address, and I agree with you, I want to address the mindset of a guy. Two things can be true at the same time. Women can be fumbling in the bag and you can be moving on and getting on another train at the same time, bro. Like you can, what are you waiting on? If you having a problem at 10 p.m., by 11:30, you should be having a completely different type of problem. Of whether or not I want to take her to the hotel or whether or not I just don't feel like being bothered at all.
Nah, hell nah. Not for the average dude. Hell no. A dude that's like
Rita,
a 5.
would
Why?
you?
I think there's a
Nothing.
root cause to that. Like, what is the difference between the caliber or the men that Anton is referring to and the men that you're referring to? Is it a generational gap? What is it? Because I've seen both. I've seen guys that'll bounce back real quick, and I've seen some that gotta go cry in the car. Like, I'm really trying to, and I was thinking, okay, is it generational? Because in most cases it is, but in some cases I've seen a guy in his 40s like really really a little broke up. So I'm trying to figure out, because y'all both have valid arguments because the same things exist at the same time.
Yeah, I be talking about like the dudes from like 18 to about 31. Average
Okay.
dude approaching a girl at the bar, he not getting nothing. He getting a cold shoulder, or he buying the girl a drink and she saying, "All right, I'm going with my girls. I'll holler at you later." The average dude that's about a 5, 6 on a look scale.
In that age group, yes, but I would say 30 plus, it's happening the way Anton is saying. Most times it's okay, she dissed me, she playing whatever, all right, shake that one off, where the next one at?
Yeah, if a woman, I would say women in their 30s are more realistic and rooted in reality. Women in their 20s are not. So the average dude he not really winning out here.
Right. So now the question is, all right, what is making these men or these young men so soft to women and not taking the reins? Because I believe if they were more assertive, that wouldn't be happening. They'll be able to bag more chicks.
Well, so let's be real. Well, let me not say a man. How can most men be assertive if you grew up with a woman, you've been living with a woman for 21, 22 years, you didn't picked up her ways, characteristics, mentalities, and habits. So how is he going to be assertive? Where you learn it from? Where you get it from?
And that's the problem. Where is he going to learn it from? That's it. That's what I wanted to hear right there. It's because they haven't seen an example of a man of masculine energy.
Yeah, facts. And I think, and it's also like with the newer generation, like the kids that's in high school and all that, them kids don't even play sports no more. They on IG. So it's like it's no masculinity, no testosterone. It's nothing masculine about these young, well, not let me not say, I'll say most of them. Like you just go to school, you come home, you scroll on IG all day, then you're a grown man. You got 5 years of that. Like, well, you know what I'm saying? When you become a grown man, what is that gonna do for you?
So I think that's really the problem there, is that they don't have an example of a man, or they're not put in an environment where they have that example. Because I know my nephew, he's 21, but I went out with him, this was earlier in the year, and he approached this girl and she was my age. I'm 35, and boy, he like, I bought you a drink. Can I sit down? Can I? Like, where are you from? She was shook because she was used to, all right, this little boy want to buy me a drink. He gonna buy me a drink, and I'm telling him to buzz off. She couldn't tell him to buzz off because he knew what was up. He had that environment around him. He had those examples, those men around him. So I think that's what it is. It's not really the women or them dating multiple men. It's that they don't have the men that's approaching them with that masculine energy, being dominant, being a man, because they've been taught how to be the man.
Coach K, what's happening, baby girl?
I have a question, Coach K. What about last night?
Hey. Okay. Hey guys. This is a new streaming platform. I was like, what is this? All right. What's up, Q?
Hey. What did you think about last night? How was it on panel?
And someone said it in the chat. I knew it was going to be interesting. I'm not oblivious to, the main community, the audience. I'm not stupid, which I respect that. So I knew, my race was going to be brought up. I just was not expecting Pearl, and you know, Carmen was really cool, and I didn't know who else was going to be on there. So B. Taylor, that was a surprise. Of course, I know who she is because I watched Cruise Season and all the rest. So I mean, it was good. I would have pushed back with Pearl a little bit if I had the opportunity, but I just thought it was interesting that the small interaction that me and B. Taylor had. I don't know if that made sense to you guys, but I was basically saying that you don't have to attach race to the statistics. Did that make sense to you guys, what I was saying?
No, I agreed with that. When she
I
brought
don't
up,
like that we do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't like that either. Are you
I think
married?
it's disrespectful.
Yeah, it is a little disrespectful because why does it matter? Like,
Yeah, like just because, you know, let's say black men make less, well, does that mean that they have to make less then? I don't think so. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, so why are we comparing the two right now? But that was the biggest thing for me. But I had a great time. I loved it. I knew it was going to be interesting, but it went pretty good. I can't complain.
Compared to other episodes, it went pretty well.
Hey, can I ask Coach?
Yeah, what's up, Donald?
So let me ask you this. So I can tell just like from hearing you speak right now, like you got a very like a feminine essence, right? So like I guess when we speak to, I don't want to be disrespectful, like I guess when you talk to black women, like they voice kind of as deep as mine, right? So do you think like were you taught to be a feminine woman is basically what I'm asking.
Not necessarily actually. Which will be, and Anton might remember this, but when I first came on Fight Club, I found Kevin Samuels through a relationship coach that I'd followed, and that really opened my eyes. But I was raised by a single dad. So, and my parents were divorced from when I was in 6th grade. So no, I didn't see, you know, successful marriage and stuff like that.
Thank you for proving my point to Donald that I've been trying to communicate to Donald for the last 3 months. Coach
What?
K.
What's that?
Is that you don't have to necessarily be raised that way in order to adopt a certain type of way that you operate with men as far as your femininity. It's not always the way that you raise. And a lot of guys say, hey, these are the flags, you got to be raised and whatever, so on and so forth. And I say that, no, that's not necessarily the case. I think that the nature of a woman is the nature of a woman. And it's according to the way that, well, I'm gonna let y'all have a conversation first before I.
But check this out.
Go ahead. You're agreeing with your dad. You didn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Donald.
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, I think most women that grow up with their father have respect for men, so they view men totally different than a woman that grew up just with her mother.
Yeah. And I respect my dad. Well, my dad was hard on us, so we were not daddy's girl. We never were like that. My dad always wanted boys, but he had 3 girls. We played sports. We were tomboys, and he was hard on us. But I respect him so much. And I didn't come from
the same way. Q was really the same way.
Boy sports.
Oh yeah, I know you played volleyball, which is freaking awesome. Yeah, so I was not raised this way, but seriously, when I first, coaching, you know, really changed my relationship. But then when I saw Kevin Samuels and his message, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize what I was doing. And that was a whole nother transformation that I went through. And that's the thing. One of the reasons that I love these conversations is because most of the topics are not exclusive to just the Black community. You know, and I'm not comparing the two, because someone could say, you're white, what do you know? Right, true. But I'm saying that a lot of the conversations need to be had, like, in general in our society. And I have a passion for this type of stuff. So
I just want to say something real quick. Like, so what I'm saying is I agree with both of y'all. Like, Q and Coach K, both of y'all grew up with y'all father, so y'all got respect for men. And the biggest factor that men feel today is that they don't get respect from women, but both of y'all automatically already respect men. Because I talk to two women right now, and one of them grew up with their father and the other one didn't, and it's night and day. You can't even compare the two women. One of them got so much love and respect and empathize with me. The other one, she does, but it's not natural for her. Like, I think she only does it because she likes me so much, and then the other one does it because she was naturally born and groomed that way.
Yeah. No, I grew up with both my parents, so I saw how my mom was and everything. So for me, it was more of our upbringing and our culture and all that.
I think it depends. I think, and it's interesting because I've seen it both ways. For example, someone who has grown up with successfully married parents don't want marriage, but then there's people who don't want marriage and they have single parents. So it's like, it's both ways. But I, strongly believe, if you want certain results and these are the ways, the best ways to get them, to achieve them, you can totally do it. Your femininity might not look like my femininity, which is fine. We're different. We have different personalities, different temperaments. But if you want to, reform a certain way, you totally can. And you can still keep, like, I'm so feisty and sassy for sure, but I also have, I try to keep it pretty calm and I don't act the way I used to. But that was also to coaching. But yeah.
Dude, I coached also. I coached volleyball. That's funny.
Oh, well, and that's the thing too. By the way, I'm just a life coach. I'm not a fitness coach or anything like that. But that's a whole, good for you, girl.
Hey, it's
that's
patient.
Awesome. And I know you have a background in social work too, which,
yep.
I mean, I'm not a social worker, but I got my bachelor's in social work. So
yeah, no, I didn't use the degree. I just got it.
No,
basket weaving degree.
I was too far gone, so whatever. But yeah, so, but I haven't heard all of the conversation that you guys have had. Whenever I got in the chat, that's all I pretty much heard. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, speaking of which, sorry, go on.
Now, I was just gonna say, I think it's the same thing with a boy that grew up with just his father. He probably 9 times out of 10 he'll grow up and be way more positive towards society than if he grew up with his mother, like just his mother, I should say.
Yeah, I think it just depends.
I'm wondering if Donald believes me now.
What's your original statement? Because you say you've been telling me something for the last 3 months.
I said that the nature of a woman and her femininity, even though it can be refined depending on the type of environment or coaching or whatever it is that she gets, the nature of a woman is to be feminine. It doesn't really matter if she was raised and none of that. Like, if you're a combative woman, you're a combative woman.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. A combative woman is always going to be combative, just like a feminine woman is always going to be feminine woman is always going to be feminine. But I think if you got a woman and she grow up and her mother is telling her, "Oh yeah, men ain't shit," you know what I'm saying? You could do bad all by yourself. You be a strong, independent woman. You can't depend on no man. She could be as feminine as she want to be, but those habits and that character and that mentality that her mother has instilled in her, over time is going to override it.
Yeah, she's going to become conditioned, right? You're learning all those stuff, and it's going to take you to unlearn and uncondition all those thoughts and all those traumas. And that's where, when it comes to dating multiple people or having a lot of sexual partners, that's trauma. You're going to have to unlearn yourself, and that's harder to deal with than you picking up a habit that quick. So I agree. Both y'all can be right on this stance.
It just depends on the type of man that she's with.
I think too, like the thoughts. Like,
a woman will
completely
go ahead, Anton. A woman will completely abandon every thought that her mother ever gave her if she wound up getting with the right type of dude.
It's gonna take work though. That man is gonna have to be, if she has all this trauma, let's say been touched and her mom or parents were abusive, let's say stuff like that. Maybe because I've dealt with abused and neglected children, like it's going to be a process if they have not done the therapy and the lessons that's needed to help heal themselves. It's gonna be a process, and someone
the only time it ever becomes a problem is if she. The problem isn't the fact that she can't break away from the mindset that her mother adopted. The problem is that her mother pushes her or conditions her to go for men that has that mindset that continues to reinforce what it was that she was taught when she was younger. It's the reason why Rita completely, despite the fact that she grew up the way that she grew up, completely abandoned everything that her mother and her grandmother in the environment that she existed in.
But also, Rita was very young. She didn't have sexual partners. She didn't have all that trauma from exes or nothing that. She just had that one family trauma. Whereas women that are in their 30s, not only do they have family
But you're
trauma.
proving my point, though. Because what I'm
saying
saying is that
how many virgin women do you have out there?
No. What I said was the woman pushes her daughter into relationships that reflect what it is that her mother was used to, that continues to reaffirm those traumas. But a woman will completely abandon that mindset and go with a completely different environment if she then is with the right type of guy that breaks her like a horse.
Yeah, that can happen, but most cases it's the opposite. Women are attracted to that trauma because that's what they're faced with, or what they. We're not going with Rita's one case. A lot of women like
all of these women is the same. They all the same. Y'all all the same.
You think so? Well, we've seen on these panels. You think all women are the same? That's like saying all men are the same, and you just said all men don't know how to do X, Y, and Z.
I'll say I didn't even realize the thoughts that I had, but like I didn't want a guy to pay for things sometimes, or I felt like I had to provide this. And even like if a guy paid for something, I felt guilty. And I felt like I had to pay him back. And I didn't even know that I had that. And then my guy, when we were, just dating, he kind of followed suit. Like he had that, that desire to take care of me, like, guys do. And I didn't let him do that. So I'm serious. When I started listening to Kevin, I was like, and the other relationship coach, Suzanne, I was like, oh my God, I do this same stuff. And then that's when I started, working on myself.
Coach K, what's so funny, and Anton would probably say this, I'm the same freaking way. I feel
really?
Like, yeah, if he pays for a date, I'm gonna pay for a date, right? Anton is like, no, never pay for nothing, Q. Let the man pay.
But yeah, because you wanted to pay for the drinks one time, right? Or a round or something, and Anton was like, no.
Look it in.
Well, the thing about it is,
I know I want to do that stuff.
The thing about it is that, again, I think that you just got to be in the right space. I think that when you introduce, it's the same thing that I was talking about sexually. When you introduce a woman to a different type of environment, it changes the dynamic of what happens and what goes on. And so she open to anything. It's just that she's open to anything. It's just that you got to go ahead and change the dynamic of the situation by then introducing her to something new. That's why having bodies matter. Nice.
Having what?
That's why how many bodies a woman has matters, because she can't unsee the different experiences that she winds up having with different men, and she carries that into the relationship.
Exactly, and that's what I said. The multiple men, that's trauma, and a lot of women can't unlearn that trauma that easy than picking up a new habit.
So I don't know. I've always believed that, but then again, I think for women it doesn't matter as much. I think that women are going to be more impacted by the decisions that they wind up making. I think for men it matters more, because for some reason it's a lot of guys with a lack of confidence and stuff like that, and I don't understand that part. I don't know why they're so broken. I don't know why there's such a huge lack of confidence. So
I mean, some women can be rude. Like, I've heard this, and it's funny. I've heard this, and men were like, dang, you're so nice. What? Dang, are women rude to you? Like, they don't know how to have a conversation? Like, they're like, no, usually they don't know how to communicate. They're quiet. They're usually on their phone and stuff like that. And, sometimes that probably is discouraging for men, right? Some women be having the B face on their face, and that's why men say sometimes it's easier.
I don't need your encouragement. I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway.
That's you, Anton. Stop talking about you.
And if you're not paying attention, then you the one that's gonna miss out.
But Anton, that's you. We talking about these men that can barely talk to women and hold a conversation because they lack the confidence because of what they've seen or what they've encountered.
Yeah, I mean, a dude that's working at Target, if he gets rejected by a woman, he not gonna feel like, oh yeah, it's show loss.
Yes, he. Dog, when I was cleaning toilets, I was like, yo, she not rocking with me. She don't understand who the winner is.
Yeah, see, but you knew you was going somewhere. Most dudes, it's like they don't.
I mean, even in that moment, like I was like, yo, I got that girth.
I knew it was gonna go left. I just knew
it.
I just always. I'm just she right there.
I know it. That's why I said her name.
I think women make a lot of these decisions and things like that because they're not confident. Like they make these decisions to, you know,
I said you was
guts
for the D.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach K. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I just had to make sure that she understood what I was saying.
Goodness.
No, but I think that I personally think that a lot of women, they just don't know how to, they don't have confidence. They don't know how to, and that shows up when they interact with guys and who they decide to, you know, get with. And then they do that, you know, in order to basically, that's how they measure their confidence almost. I'm not saying this to everyone. This is kind of like what my theory. And it's like, and you feel like crap because, well, we already know you don't get confidence by doing things like that. You know, the confidence you have to create yourself. I mean, Anton, you were already confident, right? And you were already, you knew that you were, can we cuss or no?
Yeah, you can.
The shit. The shit. You knew you were, I have to say it this way. You knew you were the shit, even if you were cleaning toilets, because you were not looking at your external to decide how you were going to feel about yourself. You know what I mean? And people think that they'll feel confident once they get there while feeling like shit. And it's like, you can't. I think you're
the reason why Donald is wrong, because he keep equating it to money, job, or whatever. And I was actually on a coaching session at 8 o'clock this morning, and I was having this exact same conversation. And I was telling the guy, I said, yo, your problem is that you're too defined by what it is that you do for a living. Most people, if you walk up to them and you ask them, hey, what's going on? Who are you? Whatever. And they're going to say, oh, I'm such and such. And then the second thing that they think of or they think to lead with is what they do for a living. Most people are defined by the roles that they play in their lives. And what I'm saying is when you move in a certain type of way, you don't even move that way. When most people come up to me or whatever, or when I'm having a conversation or they say, who are you? They're like, I'm nobody. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no big deal. You know what I'm saying? I just create content, or I just manage a content creation company, whatever like that. Like, I'm not defined by what I do for a living, or I'm not defined. Most of the time when I'm out, I don't even wear my Rolex. I wear this little Apple Watch or whatever like that. And Q know.
And a hoodie.
Q know. I'll be in a hoodie and an Apple Watch. I don't be wearing, most of the time I don't wear my Rolex. I don't do none of that, right? And so my point is that it's not defined by, a guy should not move as far as his confidence, which it can be a confidence booster, but it shouldn't be defined by what you do for a living or how much you make or whatever like that. You should already know, I can't be defined by where I'm at right now because I feel like I'm going to be a billionaire one day, right? And so I move with the type of energy, understanding the direction that I'm going in. And so I'm looking at you despite the situation that I'm in or my current circumstance, and I'm like, it's your loss. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a winner. Like, I'm going to win in everything that I do in my life. I'm going to be great with you or without you. It's your benefit for you to jump on this train. And so that's my point, is that, you know, it shouldn't be that thing, because then, okay, so when you in the dumps or when you go through a layoff or you go through a situation or something go wrong in your life, whatever, so then that means that your confidence fly out the window and then you up and down based off of your current situation. No, it should be defined by the fact that you understand that your greatness is going to be a reflection and everything else is going to be added unto you, instead of it being, I need that thing in order to try to substantiate me, which is why A lot of guys start leading with money. They lead with their car. They go and buy the car so they can get girls instead of understanding that, yo, I'm buying this car just because I'm dope. And I don't need a car in order to get girls. It's just a different mindset that guys are supposed to have, and they don't.
I think men lack that. And us as women, we can see if a man's confident by the way he walks, the way he talks, not how he dresses, but how he carries himself. But a lot of men lack that, I feel.
So you got to move with that king energy. And you shouldn't have to be defined by that role in order to know who you are.
Like, what's the downside of doing this? You know what I mean? Like, it's only going to mean good things for you no matter whatever you're interested in, whatever you do. So it's like, why not take up this mindset, and this energy? So where's that could happen?
I think men probably feel as though, man, I keep getting rejected, and my results don't reflect that mindset, so I can't think like that.
And you know what the fastest way to get out of that? Go into sales. Sales will change your life. It will completely transform your whole life, because one of the things that they have to teach you, one of the first things that they do in sales is they try to nag you out. So before you ever hit the field, they try to test your resilience by seeing how easy it is to convince you that you're not going to be successful. And then if you can get past that, then we already know that you're coachable, right? And so we've already bypassed somebody that's going to be weak in the field and lead with confidence, and is going to waste any kind of they're going to waste our time as far as training and resources when we can be dedicating that to somebody that's actually going to be successful. So if you get past the nag out area, then you start to have conversations based off of overcoming objection, which is the same thing that you use when it comes to having relationships and talking to women. You start talking about law of averages, meaning that you're going to get better over time, but in order for you to get better, you actually have to shoot your shot a specific amount of times to start having a better result on average. The law of averages, meaning how many doors you knock on, you're going to be successful with 1, 2, 3. And then as you become better at overcoming objection, as you learn that people rock with you or they buy things because they like you instead of just the fact that you're selling a particular product. Once you look at that pitch, that whatever it is that they give you, that script, but you're able to modify it and move based off of whatever is happening in the field at that time and not just go off the script, then you become a lot more successful. But you then have to get your reps up. You have to talk to the people. You have to go to more doors. You have to knock on more businesses. You got to make more cold calls. And then you become greater. But the confidence come as you start to get the wins. But you'll never get the wins unless you hit the doors. Sales will teach you everything there is to know about life. All life is sales. Once you get into executive leadership, people think it's about managing people. No, it's sales. It's 100% sales 100% of the time once you get into executive leadership. It's putting people in position, encouraging them, and selling them on an idea that they need to do what they need to do in order to be more successful so that you can then be successful as a result of it. That's all it is. But guys don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the reps. They want immediate results. They want somebody to give them a magic pill or a magic script to be able to get women immediately, instead of putting in the reps and putting in the work on continuing to improve who you are, which improves your confidence, and then letting that translate into what you do when you talk to more people. Just put in the reps, and it's going to be easy. You'll be able to walk into somebody, start a conversation out of thin air, and if you just want to, you can take her home with you.
That reminds me when you said put in the reps, but if anyone's in the gym, sometimes you go till failure, and that's fine.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Or if you have to drop the weight, sometimes like even your last rep, like someone might, I mean, I don't go too well, no, that's not true. Like, if a guy might have to help, my fiance might have to help me, do the last couple reps, but I don't make that mean that I failed, that I'm a failure. It just means that I pushed as far as I could, and I still tore the muscle fibers that that will repair and grow bigger, and I'll be stronger afterwards. I love using the gym and sports as an analogy, but it's the same thing. You gotta put in the reps. You gotta do the work and fail and fall on your face. You can use
the same translation for life and business. I don't know any business owner that hit or was just mega successful in the first time that they ever tried, and that they had no failure. I don't know any biography that I've ever read, from Jeff Bezos, Invent and Wander, to Elon Musk, to anybody who was just mega successful every single time that they touched something. Most people overwhelmingly fail when it comes to what it is that they're supposed to be doing in life. They fail. But they're not defined by the failure. It's the reps that allow for them to learn what not to do, and they just have a different mindset that allows for them to be successful long term.
Good stuff.
But it translates into relationships all day long. All day long. Once you go up to that first girl, you don't even have to be successful. But once you realize that rejection really ain't that bad, so what? So she's okay. So she told me no, or she told me she had a boyfriend.
On to the next.
Wait a minute. I'm not even hurt by it. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
You will be fine.
Because so many people out there, if you get rejected, you get rejected. I've been rejected. You think I'd be like, okay, maybe he was married, maybe he was a relationship. Like, say stuff to psych yourself up and move on to the next. It's nothing. You didn't lose out on anything. You didn't even know the chick. The chick could have been crazy.
That was fun.
Life.
But y'all not taking this into consideration as well. I think a lot of dudes they go to a woman and she'll say, "Ew, boy, get the fuck out of my face," or
what?
Stop talking to me. You ugly as shit. That's what's going on.
Where you be?
No, Anton, women are rude at times. Like,
I have no idea what y'all talking about, bro.
You don't want that woman anyway.
You haven't done that in years, Anton. You haven't approached them.
But look, Coach K.
Wait. You saying women is just saying to guys, "Ew, get the F out of my face"?
Yeah, they do that.
That's pretty hard.
Yes, and that's why I said I be speaking like from the men and women like 18 through 31. They get a little rude and disrespectful if you try to talk to them.
I ain't never heard of that in my life.
Oh yeah, some people do be mean.
Ask some of the dudes that you coach up, have they ever experienced that? They'll tell you that.
Worst rejection. Rejection story.
I ain't never heard of that in my entire life.
Yeah, it ain't like the old.
Heard of it, but I've never seen that play out in real life.
Yeah, rejection ain't like how it used to be. It used to be a polite, "Oh no, I'm not interested." Now it's, "Ew, boy, get the fuck out my face."
Just for the chat, I am a UNC fan, so that's why it's kind of ironic. But yeah, I do not like Duke.
Have y'all ever told any guy that before?
No.
Oh, my chairs are so sick.
Because men can be crazy. I be hearing all them stories where men like, I don't want to be cursed out by the man. Well, you a B anyway. Or men are crazy. They'll stab a chick for rejection. Or one guy got denied by a chick and he threw acid on her. So I would say, let me just be nice. I might tell a lie and say I got a whole boyfriend when I don't, because I think, sometimes it'd be like, oh, it's not a you, it's a me. I got a man type of thing. But sometimes men don't care. But I'm just nice in general.
That's crazy. I ain't never heard of no jump like
that. Sometimes a simple no thank you isn't enough, but I've never told nobody get the F out my face. That's a bit extreme.
Right. That's too much.
Yeah.
This we in the city girl, hot girl summer culture. That's what's going on. So
that's true, because I had to check a younger cousin of mine. She was kind of, get out my face, you ugly, and I was like, no.
That's not good. People these days are just rude as hell.
They are. Nice.
It all depends on, like, I guess, how, well, I don't want to say ugly, but how attractive you are. If she find you somewhat attractive, she'll be somewhat respectful to you.
Yeah.
But if she look at you like you a 4 or 3 or 2, oh, she gonna get disrespectful with you. It's
like, how dare you talk to me?
Like, you see me, what makes you think you can get me? Now I bet you
right.
If he gets some cash, he has some money, was buying sections, she gonna change her mind. Girls be thirsty.
But what's crazy about that is that sometimes the girls don't be all that cute. They might have on a nice lace front, but they are not, because I've seen some dusties and be like, girl, you ought to be thankful. Welcome to He might be able to level up that wig you got on. You might be able to stop shopping at City Trends or where I'm at. We got this place called Simply 10. Like he might upgrade you. You might not have to shop at Simply 10 no more.
I will argue that 90% of the girls that I've seen on IG, when I've seen them in person, don't look as good as they do on IG.
That's
well,
called.
You don't FaceTime them. I be telling them this, like, why don't you FaceTime chicks like before you get catfish? Like, you don't video chat them.
Now, I'm not talking about like from a dating perspective. I'm saying like, let's see, you see a girl on IG and you see her in person, like you'd be like, is this the same girl? I'm like,
oh, okay, that's what you mean.
That's because they use that software, that editing software, face tuning. All that is real.
Face tuning. They be K tuning.
Yeah.
Is that
face tuning? It's a I guess that I don't know if it's I've heard of it. I don't know if it's like the name of the app or that's what it's called when like they edit their pictures. Like they edit their pictures so that it look like they have no makeup or it'll chisel out their jaw, get rid of that love handle.
Yeah, you can get rid of your bumps on your face. You can make your butt bigger.
Filters.
You can do all, you can do all that on.
You can take a picture. That's why you don't see that many nasty bedroom pictures no more because they can take a picture and then they can edit their background. Make it look like it's true. Spick and span and clean.
Yeah, you got those deep face.
Wild. About that. Yo, imagine you video chatting the chick and then she got dang, what is it called? What is it called? You can have a green screen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She green screen a clean apartment and you go over there and it's messy. That would be something.
But the difference between the green screen and these editing software or apps is that you can sometimes tell when it's a green screen. But them apps to edit them pictures, you could be taking a picture from with an air mattress in the background or her mattress on the floor.
It's just a great reminder, because we had the topic last night about social media. I mean, again, like just nothing is as it appears. So check yourself when you're feeling like shit because you don't look like XYZs or have XYZ. Like, stop it. That's just it's not helpful.
I found out that my favorite YouTuber a young lady I follow on YouTube and vlogger, and I follow her on IG. I found out she was using that software. I ain't feel bad about myself anymore. I'm like, this edits her video. Edits her pictures. I don't feel bad anymore.
But a lot of social media, like I really don't like when people dig into famous people on YouTube or what's on the social media. I don't really care to dig into their life because we don't know what's real nowadays, right? We don't know, okay, yeah, they've been married 10 years, but we don't know if that woman getting beat on or she's cheating. So I feel like social media can be very, very fake. People put on social media what they want others to see, but we don't see the negatives. We don't see the depression. We don't see all the mental illness. Well, I see it because I like following stuff like that. But that's not broad
content.
Yeah, so it's like I don't. Social media is blah to me. I don't take nothing serious.
I have a twin, and her average. Oh, she's gonna kill me. But her average amount of time on Instagram was like an hour. Mine was 2 minutes, like on my personal IG, because I use it mainly. I use my business account mainly. But I was like, that is a problem.
An hour is good, girl, for one day. An hour is good. Imagine all these other chicks that gotta live by social media, always have their hands in their phone, or they gotta be on like this guy once said, well, recently said,
walk around just like this.
Yeah, he was like, you weren't even on your phone and stuff like that. I'm like, that's rude. Like, I don't know. That's
1 hour.
Yeah.
My phone 2 minutes.
I said my phone is on do not disturb, and I have a couple people on my do not disturb list. And if they don't call twice, it's not an emergency, so I don't even pick it up. But
I'm gonna see y'all later on Fight Club.
Bye.
Bye, Donald.
All right, bro. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up because Anton got to finish working and putting together
He's
all these
them chairs over there, Mr. Fix-It.
I got all kind of boxes up in here I'm trying to work on.
Can we see Rita's hair?
Exciting.
Cute.
You said you want to see Rita's hair?
Yeah, Rita's was cute her outfit. Is it cold? I see her with a turtleneck.
Yes. Yes, it's
You want
cold.
to see her outfit or you want to see her hair?
Both. I can't come tell when it's hot then, because I don't do the cold.
Let me grab this camera.
Where are you at? I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Lynn. I go by Kaylin. I'm in Michigan.
Okay, so it's definitely cold up there for sure.
It's
getting there.
Yeah, it's not even done yet.
Oh, okay, Rita. Wait, how cold is it there? I like your hair, Rita.
Thank you.
How cold is it there? When is the turtleneck?
What's in the 50s right now?
Ooh, 50s. Oh no. I gotta go to New York next month and for work. And they were like, it's gonna be 30 degrees. I'm like, 30 degrees.
It's not that cold.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta give me a snow jacket.
All right, girl.
I'm ready for it.
So, anyways.
But wait,
right, final thoughts, friends.
What did you think about it? You didn't. I don't think you even said anything.
What do I think about what?
Last night's show.
Oh, I thought it went well.
Vague.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was dope. I mean, you know, we gonna do what we do. So we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it do what he do. So, any final thoughts, ladies?
I enjoyed the conversation today.
No other final thoughts?
Just this little bit was awesome. I haven't heard the rest, but yeah, thank you again for having me last night and today. It's been fun.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, listen, we love y'all.
It was just nice hearing
y'all.
Oh, but I was just gonna say the last thing, y'all not gonna be able to convince me to have a threesome with anybody. I just want to say.
Me either. I'm
That's
not for that. I don't know what Anton was talking about.
That's a cat.
Wait. Let's ask Coach K since she's here.
Coach K not gonna answer. Well, okay, go ahead, ask her.
What's the question?
So he was talking about a man can unlock a woman to do anything that if a certain man, right? And it came about regarding threesomes. And I was like, no, most women are very territorial. They wouldn't want to bring that into their man, husband, a real man that they're serious with. And he was like, well, if it's a certain man, we can unlock anything. So hypothetically, if your fiance said, you know, look, see, she already answered.
No, she already
taking her hand out. Can you say why? Why is it that you wouldn't want to bring another woman in?
Okay, we back. I don't really think it has anything to do with what y'all think. That's the key. I don't think it has anything, but see, what y'all don't understand is unlocking you is something you didn't know existed within you. Unlocking you means that you didn't know that you had certain things in you. And so when that's brought out of you, like you don't know that you got it in you a lot of times. A lot of times it's just something within you or it's something that you got a feeling or a sensation or certain things or certain hints that happen throughout your life. And if you knew, then you would have already, a lot of these women would have already explored and unlocked it themselves, but they don't know how, they don't know what happens, they don't know what happens to them. A lot of times you'll hear a woman say something like, I've never loved a man like I loved you before, or man, I will do anything for you, or all of that type of stuff. That type of talk then elicits, and again, the type of guy that you're with, hopefully he's the type of guy that will make sure that you protect it and all that other type of stuff. So, you know, you just don't put yourself in that, you know, hopefully you don't find yourself in that type of situation. But when a guy unlocks you, you didn't know that you had certain things in you, and it drives you to do things that you never thought that you would normally do if given a certain situation. That's the whole idea of it, is that you don't know that you don't know what you don't know yet until you get with a certain guy. There's plenty of women that never, if you were to talk to her 10 years prior and you say, hey, did you, in 10 years, did you ever think that you would have ever done A, B, C, and D? And they would have said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's the whole idea behind it, is that unlocking you shows you something that you never knew was there. And if you ever was able to anticipate it, then you would never find yourself in that situation in the first place.
Okay, skydiving or maybe like doing being a keynote speaker for sure. But like I don't think any this sexual shit. I don't think so. But
I don't think so.
You should do a case study. Or
Yeah, we already did. We already did, Coach K. We did a poll, and 80. What was it, Anton? 80 something
It was
percent
about,
said no.
I don't know. It was like, basically it was 25% of women basically said that they would. It was a quarter of the women. But those are only a quarter of the women that know that they actually would or not. A lot of times women think that they know what's best for them, or they think that they would do something until they put in certain situations. And they go a little bit differently than they thought it would.
I don't think it's a situation. It's a no for me. And I think that sometimes we know ourselves well enough what we can deal with and what we can handle. And that's one situation I can't handle. And I know that for a fact.
You don't know what you can handle.
Okay.
Not saying that you should handle it. Not saying that you should be in that situation. Not saying that you ever would be in that situation. But you have no clue what you're capable of handling. Y'all can handle so much more than you thought that you could. Not that you should, but you will be surprised the amount that you can take.
I will take that.
Yep. You'll be surprised.
In the gym, sure, but
right.
Yep. Well, all right, ladies. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for rocking out with me.
Thank you, Anton.
All right, see you
Nice
guys.
to meet you, ladies. Bye.
All righty then, lads. So listen, again, make sure y'all get that Teach pick, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I have more chairs and desks and artists coming through to do some unique things and some unique work in here. And so as we continue to fill out the space, we're going to continue to go up, turn up, continue to do great things. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the Lapeef Network, and subscribe to Fight Club. We're going to continue to do what we do. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here, though. Make sure you share this with your family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love you guys. I appreciate you. You guys are the most awesome ever, and thank you for continuing to rock out with Anton from AntonDaniels.com. Email me at AntonDaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get it popping. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later on tonight. Peace.